Good
Yeah.
evening, everyone, and welcome to Rook and Rasp's actual play of Alien RPG by Free League. We are not associated with Free League, we just really, really like the game. Tonight, I am your host, Revna. You've probably seen me around the chat room in some other games. Joined by my fabulous cast of players around me. We are going to pick up where we left off last week, but not before I have to issue my content warning to anyone in the viewing audience. This is based on the Alien universe given to us by Ridley Scott and to some extent James Cameron and David Fincher, but it is pretty brutal. There will be descriptions of all kinds of death, gore, and violence, and of course, the xenomorphs are merciless. They have one goal and one goal only. With that said, I'm going to let my players introduce themselves, and then I will give you guys a recap of where we left off last time. So I'm going to start in order on my screen around me and start with Sean.
Hi, I'm playing Chaplain. I'm the warrant officer, first aid, synth. I do lots of things, but I don't fight. Not a lot.
And then Aaron.
Hi there, I'm Erin. I'm playing Private First Class Dante.
John.
Hi, this is John, and I am playing Gunny Mason.
And last but not least, Ted.
I am playing Captain Silva, the poor person in charge of this group.
The person in charge of the madness, so to speak. And again, I'm Revna, and I'm your game mother. So, when last we left off, our 4 Marines were assigned the task of hunting down 4 AWOLs who allegedly were going to go defect to the UPP. And in the course of their investigation, they ran into a couple of really big nasties. One that used Mason as a play toy. One that dropped down on them in a prison. Well, no, jail, really a prison. And their investigations now have led them towards the medical center. En route to the medical center, they came across one of the AWOLs, right. Remind everyone what she looks like. That's right there. She surrendered herself and she let them know that experiments were done on them and that they were, as she put it, face fucked by these creatures, and they've got these monsters inside of them and they are terrified. The best she could give was the last she knew was that Carvalho and Wojcik were headed towards the hospital, and en route from the Marshall station to the hospital, you met a woman named Miss Eckford, who pretty much treated the Marines like they were gum on the bottom of her shoe. She very blatantly declared that she was Wayland Yutani and that whatever it is they're looking for belongs to the corporation. So they are eager to collect on that and that they want the AWOLs alive. Our intrepid group went into the hospital with poor Private Dante suffering from a bit of heartburn. And on their way in, they saw a gunshot victim code, which made a drug addicted patient in the same room start screaming her head off because no one is attending the patients that they do have. There's one intern up front who is looking after everything, very frazzled, if you guys remember. And you were sent back to talk to Dr. Litvin, who was looking after your AWOLs. When you got back there, Chaplin and Dante broke off to look for some scanning equipment, and Silva and Mason actually found room 4, which is the room where not only the active scanning equipment is, the room is locked down, and Dr. Litvin is inside with Carvalho. Carvalho he does not look good. He's pale, he's sweating, he looks wide-eyed with fear. Litvin's got him on a table, and he's telling you to stand back. I'm trying to save this man's life. What are y'all doing? I'll start with the obvious two, Mason and Silva.
Mason,
No
you
pressure.
want to start us off?
I'm like, I kind of back up a moment because I'm like, I'm in very much a what the hell kind of is going on, because he's saving someone's life, and we know there's something probably in him. So I'm just standing there, probably weapon hot, but not pointing it at anything yet.
You do see that Carvalho, who is laying on a bed, you see his eyes start to go like he has been sedated. And it's like the drugs are just kicking in.
Anything try to break out yet, Doc?
Of him? No, not yet.
Of him?
Yes, I've run some tests. Both this man and the other, Wojcik, yes, Wojcik. They checked in last night, and I took bloods from them. They were both feeling quite unwell, complaining of chest pains and nausea and various other symptoms. So I took some bloods from them and ran them. When I scanned both of them, and he points over to Carvalho, I just did his scan. There is he kind of grabs a monitor and flips it around because he's still trying to work on Carvalho as he's trying to deal with you all. He's not blowing you off. He just kind of spins it around, and you see the chest X-ray of Carvalho, and curled up inside of it is this very worm-looking sort of thing. And it kind of twitches.
Silva looks over at Mason, raises her gun, and kind of cocks an eyebrow.
He begged me to remove it, without letting the base know. I agreed, but I still can't see any way of getting the goddamn thing out of him without killing him. His blood work came back. Wojcik's scans and blood work came back. She also has one of these unidentified microorganisms inside of her. His blood, Carvalho, has elevated white blood cells, but otherwise was fine. The thing inside this Marine has a vastly different biology than his own. In layman's term, one is a man, the other is a monster. In Wojcik, it's a little bit worse. The thing's biology is superseding hers, slowly turning her into I don't know what. And based on the scans, right where her tonsils should be, she's starting to grow venom sacs. Her bite will likely, if she bites anyone, will create more of her kind. She's got to be found. I really would prefer to get this man into cryosleep. I know there's a ship on the runway at the port. I believe it has a cryo bed on it. I'd like to get him in it and get him frozen until we can get him, I don't know, off planet to a better hospital. Look around you. This is just a medical facility. We're not a proper hospital. This is going to require more than me. It's going to require more than just me to get this out of him safely.
Doc, I get what you're saying, so let's move him.
Well, he's sedated, but I've got to have a clear path to a cryo chamber. Without it, and just about then, Carvalho twitches. His body twitches. His chest comes up, his shoulders goes back, his head goes back, and he bucks against the table. And you start seeing the center of his shirt.
Sorry, Cap.
And
I'm... Yeah. I don't...
Silva's right there next to you.
Gun blazing time.
Yep.
The door is locked. You guys did try to bust the glass on one of the others. It is unbreakable glass. You're going to have to find out a way to get into the thing. The doc has available to him the rifle that belongs to Carvalho, but at the moment the doc is looking at you. He hasn't seen yet this thing starting to come out of Carvalho. So, I'll have everybody do initiatives. Again, I do understand for the viewing audience that the gaming system generally uses cards, but for ease of play for us, we're just going to use a D10. It's the same principle. We go 1 to 10.
So Chaplin and I aren't there. Should we still roll initiative?
You are in the same... Yes, because even though you're not stood right outside room 4, this is one big bay. Think of it like almost like a gymnasium. So you're just on the other side of the gymnasium. It's that kind of thing. And even though there are curtains, you can definitely hear if one of these two gives a shout for you.
You got it.
Okie-dokie. So he is bucking. What is everyone... I'm just going to start counting. 1, you see his chest and shirt just explode outward, and this worm-like thing comes up and hits the floor. 2. Dante.
You said there's no way to open up this door, so Dante is going to say, Chaplain, or oh wait, Dante, not Silva. Sorry,
But I'm Dante.
that's why I shut up. Sorry, I didn't
No,
realize.
no, no.
also
You
had
had the 2. I'm sorry. I said Dante. That was my fault. It's Silva.
I was confused.
Ted, you go in 2 because I saw you hold up in 2. It's me, not you.
Then yeah, Silva's gonna shout, Dante, Chaplain, get your asses up here, and try to look for a way in there. Make sure air vents are sealed or something.
You could try a contact roll to get the door open. Obviously, Chaplain, as you know, is probably a little better at it. Doesn't mean that you can't still do it.
You know what? I got 4 dice for that. Let's try.
Give it a go. And remember, everybody, stress levels did not come down from the last session, so if you have stress, you still have stress. And everybody add a point of stress at seeing. Those that saw it, the other 2 do not have to do that.
One success,
Yay!
no stress.
1 success is perfect. You do manage to hit the keypad. Maybe you even rip it off the wall and jury-rig the wires, but the door slides open. 3.
That'd be me.
What you doing, Mason? It's literally laying on the floor at the base of the bed that Carvalho was on.
Does Silva get the door open?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I hit the ground, and I just start spraying it down. Like, I am blasting it away.
Shoot, 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 my friend. Shoot, shoot, shoot.
Alright, gotta find my range combat. There we go. 1, 2, 3, plus 4. And all my stress.
Yay!
All that stress.
All the stress.
Hey, that is a wow. Okay, that is 4 successes.
Nice, 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 nice. Nice, nice, nice. Go ahead and tell me what stunts you won, and give me your
All right.
damage.
I do not have my stunts pulled up. Because I don't think
You're in close combat?
I am
No,
in
he's in
ranged
ranged combat.
In ranged, you can do +1 damage. Opponent makes a panic roll. Swap initiative cards. Opponent drops held item or weapon. Opponent prone or push back, and auto fire +1 to target damage.
Let's just go ahead and do a more damage.
Hey, what's your damage total?
So damage on the rifle is 2.
And then you're going to do the extra damage from your extra dice. The chest burster got absolutely... Okay, so that was a total of 4 damage, if I'm correct, from the dice you did. You will get 3. It only rolled 1 success on its armor. It's still there.
Wow, that thing is mean. And angry, probably.
With his little metal teeth. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Uh-oh, here it goes. You see it take off towards the back of the room and slide through a vent. It is gone.
No!
But it is hurt. You did hurt it.
Well,
And you see
crap.
the little acid trail around where you shot it and leading into the vent. And it just, like a rat, just through the divisions in the vent and is gone.
All right, who's got motion trackers?
Is that something in equipment?
Yeah, Chaplain, I think, is the only one that has one, I believe.
Yeah, 'cause
Chaplain is in
I
the vents. What do you got on the tracker?
You're muted, Sean.
Kind of have my hands full over here, Captain. We're trying to save her life.
Yeah, you've got Right on a gurney as well. That's right. You have Right on a gurney. They still don't know what just happened where you were because they're on the other side of the room.
You want to say it, Captain, or am I?
Right, we got a tiny one of those bug things. It's in the air vents. Doc, go with him.
I'll take the dock to, wherever this, wherever our Right is.
What you needed was to get a scan for Right, and the scanning equipment is in the room you're already
Oh,
standing
there we
in.
go. All right, let's do that then. Get him in
Wheelie,
there.
wheelie, wheelie, wheelie.
And
So I'm going to go into the room. I'm going to suggest everybody else stand out because since I'm a synth, I'm less likely to be affected by whatever's in here.
No.
I don't really think this is up for debate, Private, unless you want to be infected by what was in here. I suggest that everybody watch me through the glass.
That bug could come through that vent at any time.
it was kind of.
I forgot to plug my laptop in, and my battery's about to die.
Oh no!
Been one of those days. Okay, sorry.
Chaplain, a bug could come through that vent at any time. Someone has to be there to take it down.
And with that door unlocked, you guys will have the opportunity to do it. But if the same thing is in her and it comes out, I don't want it to go after you guys and infect you.
So you're gonna shoot it.
No, I'm going to try to remove it in the process to kill it, but not kill her at the same time.
Sounds like you need some help. I'm gonna be in the room with you.
If you insist.
Oh, I do.
Okay.
Take her.
So you're going to go in and get her in the auto dock, get Right in the auto dock, and start running the scans on her.
Yeah.
Dante, I'm assuming you are hardcore watching that vent.
Yes.
Mason, roll me an empathy, I think is what I want. Give me 2 seconds.
Oh, that's great.
Or survival.
Ooh. So, if I went, let's see.
For empathy, I would want manipulation. For wits, I would want survival.
Yeah, it's gonna be the same either way, but I get those stress die. Best part of the game.
I'm stressed. I
One
do
success.
That's all you need.
Better.
From your previous encounters with these creatures at your forest station, the chestburster getting away, and what you found at the Marshall station in that sloughed off skin, you're pretty sure that it's going to go somewhere so that it can grow and molt and get bigger. It's unlikely that it'll come back through the vent in the state it is currently. Not that it won't come back through the vent, but it's going to take time.
Yeah.
So they have time.
Yeah, you guys remember that like cocoon thing that one fell out of, right? The jail. I think it's going to be going to make a cocoon. So it's not going to be coming back for you. At least I don't think so.
I get that, and the one we have on the stretcher over here probably has another one in it.
Probably.
Chaplain, go ahead and do your comm-tech. Or, no, excuse me, your medical aid. Sorry, my bad.
One success.
One success is all you need. You run the scans, it takes a little bit of time. But you're starting to see the imaging come through. Even the early stage imaging. She does in fact have one inside of her, but it appears to be dead.
Ooh. Well, good news. It's dead.
How the
Wait,
hell
can
is
you
that
just die?
possible?
I don't know. I'll have to wait until I can get it out to see, but I'm going to need to remove it if she's going to survive. It's just going to cause infection and hemorrhaging, and it's going to kill her, so... I need to
Actually,
start-
it's not. Contrary to all that, it's not. It is so far incorporated into her system well enough that it's not bothering her. She can probably live the rest of her life with it.
Don't tell them that.
So someone can have one of these things in them and somehow kill it when it's a larva, and be totally.
No, what?
Sorry.
For the other three of you, prior to because he would have had to just sedate her for the scans. But prior to that, she did tell you that they were inoculated with something called the 26 Draconis strain. And the Dr. Litvin, if you give him that information, depends on if you give it to him or not.
I'm trying to think of if Dante would have filed that information or not in her noggin. She's not a doctor.
Mason would.
Okay. You give the doctor that information, and he says, well, that makes perfect sense then. So they were inoculated with this stuff, whatever it is. I don't really know, but what it looks like is if this thing is turning Wojcik into some aberration, it unlikely infected the other two. I don't know about the fourth Marine that's out there, but I suspect that one's also infected in some fashion. Which he's talking about Reese, who's already dead.
Oh yeah, he was infected.
Then, in her case, and he points to Wright, because he's outside with you guys, in her case, it looks like the inoculation worked. In the case of the others, it looked like it mutated, at least one of them, and for the other two, it didn't appear to work at all. So that would leave it with a success rate of about 25%.
So I'm Doc, you said it was they were nausea, chest pains, any like back pain or like a squeezing, like burning kind of.
Absolutely. As this thing was expanding in the chest, they would have pain in the chest and the back, and probably similar to appendicitis or a gallbladder, where the pain goes all the way around. Surely that would come with nausea, possibly vomiting, maybe acid reflux,
Doc.
fever.
But that could also come from some really, really rank tacos, right?
No.
Doc, could you...
I mean, some of those symptoms, sure, but all of them, not back pain, not from food poisoning, no.
Do my friend a favor here, just because I know it's going to make them feel a little bit better. Can you check out Private Dante? I'm pretty sure you're fine, Dante, but let's just knock it out while we're here.
Yeah, well, we'll get you in the auto dock. As you get right out of the auto dock and onto a gurney, to let her kind of wear off the anesthesia, they pop Dante in there, and he's going to give you anesthesia unless you fight it.
Do I have to be anesthetized for this?
It'd be less painful.
How painful is it?
Well, and you see the auto dock has these needles on it. They're going to be poking into you. It's not super painful. It's just incredibly uncomfortable, and for some people, it freaks them out. And
I mean, honestly, I feel like Dante has been through worse.
And do you really want to know if it's in there?
Doc, if it's in there, I need it out.
Okay. Okay.
So while they put Dante into the auto dock, I'm going to take Wright into one of the other satellite rooms.
Yeah, he's got her on a gurney. Yeah, he's got her on a gurney off the
I'm
side.
going to push her into one of the rooms.
He's like, you can leave her here. I can keep an eye on her while the auto dock's running. It's fine.
It's all right. I've got it. I've had medical training.
Okay. And he hooks you up and the scans start running. It's going to take a little time. In the meantime, Mason and Silva, are you in the room with them, or are you standing outside the room to give the... It's not a huge room. You know, think of a typical ER room. It will accommodate all of you in there to just be really cramped.
I'm gonna tell Chaplin as he goes by, I'm gonna be like, hey, leave me that scanner.
What scanner?
Motion detector.
Okay. I'll hand it over. I'll want it back when I get back, though.
Just as he reaches it out to give it to your hand, it starts going mental. Beep, 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 beep. And as you look down at it, there are contacts all over the place. And of course, motion detector doesn't tell you above, below, or on the same level. It just tells you that they're out there.
Shit,
It looks like there's at least a dozen targets.
The motion detector would pick up humans too, though, right?
It picks up anything in motion.
Right.
That's alive. It doesn't pick, like, you know, a
Right,
piece
it's
of
not
trash.
distinction.
Right. Right. It looks like at least half of the targets are at the edge of the range and moving off, which leaves about 6 targets that look like they're moving towards you, or at least towards the medical center. It's really hard to say.
You think maybe that's Eckford and her team trying to capture them?
Two things with
There was
that
only-
many numbers.
Yeah, there was 4 in Eckford's team.
And I'm guaranteeing that's gotta be the rebels or the UCC or somebody coming in.
The UPP.
Or UPP, yeah. Yeah, you know me.
John, we're too old. I had the same joke in my head.
I know. It's there, but it's there. Alright. I would highly recommend we get in the bulletproof chamber if I were, you know, a bed man.
Right,
I'd be
Chaplin,
scanned.
put right in the room. Silva, Doc, how long is this scan gonna take?
10-15 minutes.
Right, Chaplin, right in the scan room. Shut the door. See if you can lock it better than it was. Even I was able to open it. Mason, inside the room or outside? Your call.
Well, if I'm hoping that whatever's coming is going to be talkative and we can at least do it from other sides of the glass. But that would be my opinion.
All of a sudden, it goes blank. It stops tracking motion.
Now, I don't know anything that does that.
Right, everyone in the room.
Literally anything that has movement, as soon as it stops moving, you will no longer track it.
All right. I'm going to try and fix the door.
From the inside or the outside?
I'm feeling like it's going to have to be from the outside.
You got a door lock on the inside too. At least
is
in
it?
my head, you do. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah, then I'll try and fix it from... So we're pushing right, Dante, everybody's in the scanning room, correct?
Everybody's in this. Yeah, everybody's in Bay 4.
Oh, this is just a happy little kill box. But yeah, sure. I will lock the door.
Cozy.
You shut the door. You all take up your positions. However that is in the room, you have you have the auto dock, and then you have another gurney, which is now right, and you have some little counters you could kind of hunker down and kind of look out the window. Are you leaving the lights brightly lit, turning the lights down?
Lights down.
Anything in particular anyone's doing before I move onward?
Being very still, being poked.
Are there any pictures coming up on the scan yet from Dante?
No, it's only been a couple of minutes.
Okay.
Mason,
no, I'm gonna push right as far out of the way and under as much cover as we can, considering she's still unconscious.
Okay.
Silva has a lamp, shoulder-mounted lamp. They're gonna break it off and stick it up in the air vent that the thing went through. So if it comes back out, we'll be able to see the shadow play or something.
Mm-hmm. Okie dokie. So You remove your shoulder-mounted light and just kind of screw it into the slats of the vent. Mason, are you taking cover any place in particular?
Pretty much finding other side of the gurney. You know, I mean, at this point, it's like not much else we can do, but prep for whatever's coming.
Excellent, excellent. Chaplain's working on the door. Dante just finished doing that. You hear the sound of motion outside as the tracker starts coming back on and starts making noise. And you see 4 insurgents come flying into the bay, the outer bay, and just start taking cover behind things. They're not looking at you yet.
Mason killed the tracker.
Yeah, I
Then, just as you're killing it, there's 4 of them. There were 6. Now 2 are gone. You see another coming very, very quickly down, and it should be in the bay, but it's not. Just as you flip that off.
Shit, I think they're hunting one.
And you see them with their guns. They're like heavy breathing. Then all of you roll me an observation roll that are paying attention. Chaplain is a little occupied with what he's doing, but he can go ahead and roll a Comtech roll for his. Okay, you got 2 successes on your observation roll.
I mean, I can't do much else. Can I still roll?
Yeah, you can still roll your observation roll.
Captain, you really screwed this door up, but I didn't give you any successes.
I got 1!
Okay, Mason, how'd your observation roll go? 2?
2.
Chaplain, you oh no, you can't push rolls. You're
I
a
can't
synth.
push.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, so what you all see is there's a vent very close to where these, like behind where these 4 have taken cover, and you see it slide out of the way, and very slowly you see the Xeno drop to the floor. Very quietly. And they're looking around, and one of them looks over and sees you, and starts to shout at you, and then disappears as you see the Xeno's tail wrap around its leg and just slits him right across the throat. The others haven't even turned their head yet, and it just picks up 2 of them. Then it grabs the 4th, takes off with him through the vent, screaming the whole way he goes.
Well, we got damn infestation now, don't we?
Seems like it. Captain, do you want me to try and secure this door anymore, or do we want a way out?
That's more than 3. More people were infected than just the Marines we came here for. New mission, get off the rock.
Could be a
As you
problem. The only ship we knew about was gone.
As you start chatting amongst yourselves, it comes back. And it's like heads moving up and down in the bay. And it starts walking towards you. And then you hear that girl scream. And its head whips around and it down the hallway.
How much longer on that scan for Silva?
Got about 15 minutes.
Said that 15 minutes ago.
But
Hey.
because you've only been a couple. Well, let's say the scan takes. Let's say that the scan takes a turn, which is 10 minutes. She's only been in it about 4 or 5.
Captain. Actually, this is going to be more of a question for our game mother. So I've had some interaction with the chest bursters then. Am I aware of them taking prisoners?
Yes, you are, because
Damn.
some of your squad was killed. Some of your squad just disappeared. Never to be found again. Your particular unit, above board, you all never found a hive. But you know that people just disappeared. And you have kind of figured in your head, from what you have seen so far of these things and the pieces that are the memories you have and the pieces you're plugging back into place, is that chest burster grows into that drone or that soldier that then kills or takes, for what purpose you do not know. Food, maybe? Because dude bro, Reese, was missing his hands and part of his face, so clearly it snacked on him. So the one that just went into the vents is sure to be hungry.
Alright, Captain. I got a suspicion of two things. My last unit, they took prisoners. They just took that guy into the vent screaming. They're taking him someplace to eat. Maybe. Or something else, because goddammit, if they're getting...
Now, keep in mind,
yeah.
you're talking, it's still here. You can hear that woman's dying screams. So just keep in mind that your voice makes noise. Not that I'm stopping you from talking.
Oh, yeah.
It would just be remiss to tell you that it can probably hear you if you're too loud. Unless you're whispering in Silva's ear.
I don't know if I'm at this point. I've got 3 stress, and so I think I'm holding it together just enough to say that I'm probably not whispering, but I'm not yelling either. And I probably have switched out to my flamer unit.
I thought we had time to lose some stress on the drive over to the hospital.
You did lose some. I don't know how much you still have left.
Well, I had 2 coming into this room. And if seeing the chest burster scene caused me to gain another. So that's why I've got the 3.
I still had 1, I just didn't see the chest burster.
Yeah, I'm at 2 right now, so that makes sense.
You don't get stressed.
No, I don't get stressed.
Lucky.
But he also doesn't get the advantage of pushing die rolls either, so... So your goal at the moment is to let that scan the scan on Dante finish to determine if she's actually having heartburn or if she is also infected.
Yep. Doc, you able to wake right up? Said quietly.
I can, but she might be disoriented.
We're not getting her out on that gurney. If she can at least walk by herself or with an arm, it'll be better than trying to get the gurney out.
Okay.
Keep her mouth
These screams do stop. The doc is going over and injecting her with an agent that will counteract the anesthesia that she's already under. And he is just gently shaking her when your light drops from the vent. It hits the floor. Dunk, dunk.
Turning the pulse rifle up towards the vent.
The covering of the vent hits the floor. And you see the clear oozing drip.
Alright, Mason. That's you and me opening fire.
That's you opening fire. I've got my flamer out still.
It's the oxygen lines when you use that flamer.
Dang it. I'm just gonna have to grab my other gun. That'll be my action, and
Well, so far you're not in combat, so you can switch them out.
all right, there we go.
I'd just say, shove the tip of the flamer in the vent and let it go.
Yeah, what else are you gonna damage up there?
Okay, you know what? They don't get to blame me. They get to blame you, and I'll do it.
Clear the vents.
You pop your flamer up there. The fireball goes up, and as it rolls all the way up the vent when you let the last burst go, you don't see anything up there.
Turning back on the motion detector.
No motion.
Setting the lamp back up in the vent, shining further down it.
You'd have to put the cover back up on it too, because it knocked down first your lamp and then it knocked down the actual vent cover. So it's just a big hole in the ceiling at the moment.
Are there
You
any
got about
ground level vents?
2 more minutes on that scan. No, there are no ground level vents.
Is Right coming to yet?
She's starting to, yeah.
I'm gonna pass Chaplin my pistol. Say, give it to Wright when it seems safe. Get the lamp.
You do have the spare pulse rifle that belonged to Carvalho. The doctor doesn't have it. He could have picked it up, but he didn't. You can give her the spare pulse rifle.
Oh, even better then. Yeah, do that.
Okay. Will do.
And then yeah, I'm just gonna get my shoulder lamp again and just kind of keep the lamp pointed towards the vent, but keep watching out the window.
You don't see anything at the moment. The doc starts helping right out the door. You guys said you were leaving, yeah?
We're not
Not
leaving
till Silva's
without
done.
Dante. I wouldn't suggest going out there, Doctor.
Yeah, not
Not
till
yet.
Dante's done.
He's like right in front of the door, and he's like, okay, I guess we can wait. The door splits open, and a tail goes straight through him. And pulls him out the door. Wright just kind of falls backwards on the ground.
Great, and I'm gonna tell the captain watch the vent, and I'm gonna step out into the hallway.
It stood there. It's about, say, 15 feet from you. It stood there, and it just flings him at you. So I need you to roll me an athletics check, because it flings the doctor's body at you.
All right. So let's go with 4. There we
Is
go.
that a
Yeah.
mobility check?
Yeah. Do you,
Mobility, agility?
Yeah, mobility, agility.
There we go. All right. Well, at least one success. I'm getting lucky.
How's your stress?
Stress hasn't come up with my facehuggers yet, thankfully.
Good. Yeah, you just managed to get it back, but that is going to be initiative for everybody. Not bad, Xeno boy.
Oh my god. I got an 8.
1, 2,
Who got a 2?
3. 3? That would be the Xeno. My thing flipped backwards the other way. Okay. It launches itself through the air, grabs a hold of you, Mason. 1, 2, 3. Be 2 successes. It grabs you, delivering to you 2 points of damage, drags you all the way out into the drags you all the way around the corner, and slings you out in the hallway. You go crashing through the grass of the walkway that you came in on, rolling across the grass, and then it turns back towards the rest. 4.
Ouch. Do I get to roll my armor versus that damage at all?
Yeah, you certainly can. Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, that's not one of its instantly fatal moves, so yes, you may roll your armor.
One of the
Sweet.
instantly fatal moves.
Yeah, it has instantly fatal moves.
Meh.
Like the tail. The tail. That's instantly.
Ooh, how much damage did it manage to do?
2.
I rolled 3 successes on that. Now, do I roll my stress die with the armor?
No.
I didn't think
No,
so.
you do not. Yeah, because it's kind of a neutralistic roll. It's not something that you personally are doing. It's just your armor's doing, and your armor doesn't feel stress. It just does what it does. It just does what it does. 4. 5. 5.
So, the aliens back in the doorway.
It's out in the bay. It's not back in the doorway. It's just looking in your direction. It hasn't moved yet.
I don't have much to do, so I mean, I've got that pulse rifle that I was supposed to give to Wright, so I'm gonna try shooting it. That's one success.
You will hit it.
I don't have stats on pulse rifles, so I don't know what the damage is.
2 damage
Hold,
on
I
pulse
do.
rifles.
Yeah, I
damage.
thought it was.
Huh.
You also get a +1 on the attack roll with it.
So you can either push it back, do an extra die of damage.
Okay, I'll do an extra die of damage.
The alien reaches out, grabs a hold of Wright, and flings her up in the air. You end up shooting her instead of it.
But Wright was in the room with us.
No, she was in the doorway with the doctor. When the doctor grabbed her, she fell back into the hallway. Not the hallway, but the bay. You.
They're smarter than they look.
Let me roll her armor, which is 6. She's got the same as the rest of you do. That girl got not a single success on her armor. She will take all of that damage.
Ouch.
You pop her twice. She is still alive, but you did pop her twice. When did you go, Sean? To make sure I'm on the right count.
5.
In 6. It's going to come charging past. It ignores Chaplin. Could care less about Chaplin. Comes charging back into that room. Who is the closest to the door?
The only people left are Silva and Dante. And Dante's in the med, so that'd be Silva.
Yeah, Silva. It ignores her. Completely ignores her. 3. And again, grabs a hold of you. Go ahead and roll your armor rating, because it had 4 successes against you.
I got my lucky number 2.
So -2 is gonna be 3 damage, and it flings you all the way across the bay.
3 is exactly my health.
You are down. Fortunately, you're in a hospital, but right now you are down.
With no doctor.
Where's the doctor? Well, Chaplin's a doctor, sort of.
Don't trust you.
7.
I did wrong.
I mean, that's me, but I'm still in the box.
It's also me, but I'm down.
7. 8.
Now I can
9?
go. I'm on 8.
Yes, you can get yourself back to your feet.
All right.
That's
So
a free action.
I get to my feet, go for the go and shoot it.
Go ahead, fire away.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. I get one more dice. Okay. Actually, hold on. Let me double check that count. So 4 on my agility, 3 on my ranged, and 1 more because of the pulse rifle. Let's hurt it. Let's hurt it. And that, well, let's have some fun then. So that is going to be, with all my stress and everything else, 5 successes and
Jeez.
1 nice little face hugger.
Alrighty, go ahead and roll your panic.
All right, so I'm going to roll my panic, which is going to be a d6 plus 3.
Plus your stress. Yeah, plus
Yep,
your stress.
plus my stress, which is a 3, minus 2 because I have nerves of steel. And that is a 1 on my stress die. Nice little face hugger there.
Nice, nice. That
And
means you
so-
are keeping it together. So when you tally your damage for me, take 1 off because it rolled 1 success on its armor.
All right, so that'll be 2 damage base with the pulse rifle. I rolled 5 successes, which makes it 4 successes, which is 2 damage extra.
You rolled for 5 successes, which can be 4 damage extra if you'd like.
Let's do it.
Yep. Alrighty. You definitely heard it. You defo hurted it. You was. I think everybody's go. Dante, when do you go? Because you're.
I
Can't really do much other
I'm
than
in the
shout.
box.
Can't really do much but shout.
Shouting does not sound helpful at the moment. Dante is observing.
That'd be new initiative then.
Yay.
So we reroll, right? Yeah.
Yes. Oh no. No, you don't. No, you don't.
Oh,
we
no?
don't?
Oh,
you don't.
no.
No, you don't. No, you keep your initiative. So.
And I'm still 7 sitting in this box.
Sitting in the box. In 3, it's going to go back after Mason because Dante is down.
So, a little late, but I still had all my actions. Could I have tried to have blocked that grapple since it counted as a close combat attack?
No, because you are down already, and the only thing you can do
in the future, if it tries to grab someone else and throw them, could they try to block that attack?
If you're close enough to it, sure, we would let you. I would because we're doing the initiative without the switch initiative, I would give you a reaction to try and do that. With Dante already having been down, the only actions you. Sorry, Silva. Well, technically, at the moment you're down too, but
I'm in a box. It's different.
I'm in a box. With Silva being at 0 health, the only thing you can do is maybe try if you have something to try and heal yourself and to stay conscious. So this round we will have you make your stamina roll to see if you stay alive. Stay alive.
I can tell you, since Silva got knocked down to 0, she had to make a roll on the critical injury table. She has a concussion, -2 to mobility.
Oh, no.
Nice. Excellent. She has the concussion. Okay. I don't think anybody went before the creature did in 3.
Nope.
God damn it. Little fucker. Alrighty. It really, really, really likes rolling 2s against Mason.
I
You
love
shot
it.
at it. It comes
smells it
charging
on
to
ya.
the end. Yeah, it comes charging up to the end of the hallway, jumps on you like, like a hunting wildcat, and just lets that gloop just go all up in your face before it fucking darts away again.
Toying with its prey.
4,
Doberman.
5. Chaplain.
Can I rush over to Captain Silva and try and apply, what was it?
Yeah. You roll your medical aid, you certainly may.
Yeah, because I got field surgeon, so I can do +2 modification to medical aid.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So that means I'm rolling 10 dice.
Yep. Certainly does.
Wait. I need a couple more dice. 2, 4, 8, 10. That is 3 successes.
Nice. Nice.
Is there... I'm not sure how to interpret the first aid stunts.
Yeah, it's first medical aid doesn't have any. Hold on. For some reason, I have my book to the side and it's not being very useful. So give me 2 seconds.
Well, it says I've got target dying, target stabilized. Does that mean I can stabilize and?
Yeah,
heal?
you will definitely stabilize. You will definitely stabilize Silva.
Bum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Looking up rules, found your solutions. La 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 la.
There he goes. The pages were stuck
Sorry,
together.
I'm killing the tension of the scene here, but
Because nothing says great streaming than reading rules.
Okay, yes. However, Silva is immediately back on her feet and recovers a number of health points equal to the number of successes that you rolled.
So I rolled 3 successes.
Then she is back on her feet. Well, she's not literally back on her feet, but she is conscious with 3 health levels.
conscious
Back
is
to
good.
full health with a concussion.
Full health with a concussion.
But that's just a mobility, so. But that is shooting, so. Oof.
Hold on.
That needs to be a
Everybody
good
has
game.
like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You have a total of 10 health levels. Had you taken damage before?
No, on the character sheet it says I only have health 3.
Yeah, on the front page, on the front of the page in the text, you'll see there's a health section there. That yeah, we go.
That must have been. Yeah, okay. Got you.
We go
yeah,
down
'cause
quick.
Dante
I
has
got
health
7.
You got 7.
I've got 6.
I have actually never noticed that with the character sheet before because I haven't played with one in front of me because I've been the game mother. So
Silva's not supposed to be in the front of the action.
you are squishy. You are super squishy.
I'm in a box.
That was 5. Was Chaplain. You
Yep.
did that. In 6, it goes. You are currently standing over Dante, and right now it is, in fairness, focused on Mason.
Well, I'm standing over Silva.
Yes, God. I'm having a hard name time. You know what? Rue? If you're watching, I apologize for taking the piss out of you for calling Gianni, villain. I'm sorry.
It's my
Yes, 'cause we
character and
live
I
in the
did
same
it.
house, Rev.
or on Sunday night the Cleo or
Cleo, Chloe.
Chloe.
Just stick to the ranks. Captain
Just
Gunny
stick
in
to the
private.
ranks. Captain Gunny in private.
And Chaplain.
Fuck. Y'all.
Ooh.
This thing
Again.
really likes playing with Mason.
Throw it away!
I love
it's-
this.
Stress?
Yeah,
It's
no,
gonna-
she throws.
It slides backward off of you and creeps forward before you could even get to your feet, brings its tail around, and just runs it lovingly across your face and down your neck, all the way down across your chest.
You have a friend.
He likes.
Went
he
from being an
likes
alien
you.
to being in Hellraiser.
I'll take it!
7.
I
Hit
think.
me!
Oh yeah, you first, then me.
She's sweating in a box.
What's in the box?
It's
Me!
Silva's turn, though. Silva's gonna roll over and say, "Don't turn your back on me, you bitch!" and unload into the Xenomorph's back with a full auto fire burst.
Zeno says, "Excuse me, did you just assume my gender?"
Xeno
Rude.
gives you a look.
Rude.
If it had an eyebrow, that eyebrow would have raised up like.
Yeah, if it had it on. Its lip kind of frowns down inward.
Which
So to give
actually,
everyone an idea,
surprising, they
this
don't
is
have
all the
them.
dice I get to roll for this. I
Oh
think I'm at
lord!
10.
Holy
with
horseshit.
4 stress.
Fistfuls of dice! Fistfuls of dice!
I love fistfuls of dice.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 panic.
Yeah, go ahead and roll your panic. It's still going to take effect even with your damage. And I have
4
to roll
plus 4 is 8.
8. You just start trembling uncontrollably. All skill rolls using your agility will suffer a -2 modification until the panic stops. However, you have already fired your shot, so give me your damage.
That's going to be 7 total.
How you want to do this?
Nice.
I
It only
think
had a
just
couple health levels left.
as it's stroking Mason's tail, just shoot it right up the back until the head bursts. Hopefully with the goo avoiding Mason.
Yeah, it does like a snow angel outline, or like a chalk outline of Mason in alien brains and acid, just, and then it just slumps over and twitches.
And then I think Silva's hands are going to be shaking so bad that they drop the gun.
Captain, you all right?
I don't have enough cigarettes in this pack, and he stick like 5 of them in his mouth. All right, Ted, that made me laugh hard enough that you will get a free reroll from me.
Right. Please tell me Silva's fucking done, or Dante's fucking done.
Ted, not you too.
Yeah, just as the alien stops its final twitchings, you hear the sound coming from the auto dock that indicates it is finished.
I'm gonna run over to the monitor and check the results.
Dante also.
Yeah, there will be no mistaking the serpentine thing that is growing inside of your chest. It's much smaller than the one inside of Wright or Carvalho, but it is there.
Is it? It's alive.
Yeah, you see it just like a fetus in the womb. Give a twitch. Give a twitch.
I'm gonna. So stupid. I'm gonna put on one of my little fake mustaches and look at.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Yeah, just to try and, give some. I'm sorry, you're infected.
Can I shoot Chaplin?
No, we kind of need him. Especially if he's going to help us get that out of there, or at least help administer. I think we're fucking all this and headed back to the base so we can get you that shot.
So Dante's like fixating on this scan, and if you're looking, there's a tear rolling down her face.
When
Silva offers one of the cigarettes.
Oh, yeah, cigarette. Yeah, that'll fix it.
Private, when were you exposed to one of these?
I don't fucking know.
Doesn't matter at this point, but I've got to... Chaplain, you've seen this now. You've seen how it infects. You've seen what it does. Can you figure out if somebody's infected if they're not showing signs yet?
No, there's not a way to tell unless we actually come upon one of these things at work. If the private doesn't know when she, right? The private?
Yeah, Dante's. Yeah, Dante's.
Dante. If she doesn't know when she was infected, then I've got no way to know how it was administered.
Fuck that, Mason, just get in the machine. We'll scan you too, and we'll scan me, and, well, we don't gotta worry about scanning Chaplin.
Fuck it, if you don't mind, Captain. I don't care, but are you sure we don't want this hot-footed back to the base?
We know the others were infected for about a day.
You also know there's
time.
one still free that could be out there infecting other people by biting them.
Dante, you got time. Mason, in the machine. Give me your flamer. Dante, rocket launcher out. We're each gonna get scanned.
I hand you the flamer, and I make sure that motion detector's still going for you.
Aaron, in answer to your question, read the second paragraph of your...
I'm assuming, Mason, that you don't want the anesthesia?
Nah, fuck it.
Alright, lay down. I'll get this started.
I lay down. I have my pistol out next to me.
Yeah, sorry, Rev, you made the mistake of not making sure I read my things. But, no, I think that I'm gonna play that as Dante is in so much shock right now that
You got it.
she's
You got
not
it.
even tracking that.
While Mason is being scanned, I guess I'm gonna go check on Wright.
Yeah, she's fine. She's now fully conscious in pain, and she's kind of side-eyes you as she walks into the thing, but she has She just like grabs the pulse rifle from you.
It's not my fault. The alien threw you.
Silva lights one of the cigarettes on the flamer and then hands it over to Right.
Right fucking takes it. She's like, I get it. I get it, Chaplain. Look, you're right, but it's been a long fucking day. So you're telling me that thing inside of me is dead?
The scans do show that it's dead, and you don't appear to be suffering from any ill effects from having it still in your body. So removal isn't necessary at the moment. I can give you something for the pain of your bullet wounds, but other than that, you're in perfect health.
Like some, I don't know, some medical treatment would be good, considering you shot me.
I've got time, so I'm going to start treating her. Do you want me to roll for medical, or are we just going to be like, yeah, I'm treating her?
Yeah, unless you're not actually going to treat her. So if not, then don't roll your dice. And stick a couple of tampons in the bullet wounds. Now you won't need to roll your med tech, but...
The moral decision.
That's one success.
Yeah, it'll give her one back, so...
Okay. Do you need anything for the pain?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Everybody else okay? I mean, I'm gonna look. Mason's getting scanned, so I'll find out if he's fine.
Wright looks at you and she goes, "Define okay," and points towards the Xeno laying in the hallway. Define okay.
Really get into it. Really get into okay right now.
All right. Are you in imminent danger of dying? That is.
I feel pretty
definition of
imminent.
okay.
Silva just gives a rueful laugh and takes another drag off the cigarette.
Chaplain, straight up. Is there any way you can synthesize that thing that's in, right? Synthesize that, that antidote or anything?
The vaccine?
Yeah, whatever you want to call it.
Not here. And there's not enough tools to take a sample and extract any kind of white blood cells or any kind of markers that would have killed the parasite, whatever it is.
That's what I wanted to know.
Dante, you're everything's kind of calmed down. The Xeno is dead. Everybody's processing information. Everybody's taking their turn to get scanned. You will have a chance to calm down from your panic. You two both.
Love you, Rev.
I don't know why I'm doing
Dante's
that
angry.
tonight.
She's not panicked.
So Silva, you
can
will
lose
be able
panic.
to.
I'll take that.
No, it is you. You will be able to calm down from your panic. And it would be better if you let Mason get scanned first. That way you had a chance to calm down before you're jittering in the machine. Again, you can be anesthetized. It'll only last really a moment or two after the scan stops. Or not. It's fine. Relax. I'm not trying to trick you into anything. I was just saying.
Nope. Silva's not going knockout with more potential bugs out there.
No. But as you are finishing up your scan, which you both are clean, neither of you are infected, your radio goes off, and it's the Colonel, and they're telling you there's activity at the oil refinery. You need to get over there right now.
Isn't that where Eckford was going?
Yeah, but Eckford's not, and she has nothing to do with the Colonial Marine. She's Wayland Yutani.
No. I'm just talking about the activity at the refinery. I was trying to allude to the fact that it could be them.
That is where Eckford went.
And not Wojak, but the one that was slowly metamorphizing into.
Yeah, Wojak.
Alien.
That's Wojak.
It was Wojak?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Right. We can't do anything about the fact that I'm expiring by the moment. So
I thought she was gonna say expecting. I really thought you were gonna say expecting.
I can't do anything about the fact that I'm expecting. Let's just carry this alien baby. We have a job to do. Let me focus on work. We have a job. We have a job to finish. Finish this job, and I'll figure out the rest later.
Well, if what Wright has said, anything that you're going to find is probably going to be on sub-level 3 of the base anyway. So after you deal with those insurgents, you can then head back to the base. Potential insurgents. You can then head back to the base. But whatever this area is, Silva, you know that you've never heard of a sub-level 3. So this must be highly fucking classified.
Colonel, one of my soldiers has come in contact with a lethal disease at the local level. Believe they need to be inoculated. Could we get permission to return back to base before heading to the oil field?
Negative. You need to go take care of these insurgents. If the UPP gets any more information or any more foothold on the ground, this town and all of us are dead.
Captain, it's a mission.
The quicker we get it done, the quicker we can try to save Dante.
Silva
Fucking
does the
try?
cinematic thing of finishing the cigarette, tossing it on the ground, stopping out, looks at Dante. It's a mission. Alright. Grab everything we can, check to see if there's any survivors, to the oil field.
Hey, Captain. We want to drop a... I'm just saying. Do we want to drop a hint and see if Weyland Yutani wants to come track this thing here?
Do it. Silva turns the shoulder cam back on.
Hey, if you can hear us, Eklund or whatever your name was. There's some stuff here at the hospital. Medical scans and at least one recently hatched creature going through the ducts here. They also have some scans on something that you're probably really going to be interested in. Something about something changing the genes of whatever it's in. So if you want that, go to the hospital. Looks like we were right.
You
Turns off
don't
the
get...
camera.
Yeah, you don't get an immediate answer.
3 out of 4. We're still winning.
3 out of 4, we're still winning. You guys gather your stuff up, head back out to the APC, and make your way over to the oil refinery. As you rock up on it, this building looks like it hasn't been used probably since the refinery wars. It looks pretty run down. The walls are still structurally as sound as they're going to be. But it looks abandoned. Looks like there's been nobody here. You guys do have in your map pack the oil refinery itself. And you guys are approaching from the south side, or southwest side, kind of that corner. By APC. That is a road out there along the side of it. You can park there, you can pull around to the sides, whatever you want to see. You can see where the walls are broken on it a bit. But from here, outside, you don't see much of anything going on.
Dante, you want to stay here and guard the APC, or you want to go out?
No, I want to focus on work right now. Just anything. Okay.
Right is staying with the APC because she is an alternate character if something should happen to one of you.
Alright, then let's do this. Chaplain, Mason, you ready?
Yep.
Yep.
So again, you're approaching from the southwest corner. Which direction are you all going, and how are you making this approach?
Well, on that southwest corner, if I'm looking at this right, there is basically that one gate, that door. I think we're going to be heading towards that. And I'll be on I'll see. Is there any? Are there any other buildings nearby or anything that can give us a little bit of overwatch to get our units near?
There are some other broken down buildings in the area. This looks like a section that hasn't seen a whole lot of use since the oil wars, and looks like it would be a good place for somebody to hide out. There's not a lot of foot traffic. There's not a lot of vehicle traffic. And everybody roll an observation roll as you're kind of in the APC. You haven't opened the doors yet. You're still determining how you want to go about it. You are eyeballing that door as a possible point of entry.
How many points of stress did we lose when we had a chance to calm down?
I would say you've lost 2 points of stress, both from waiting from the scans, and of course you both got beneficial results, and then the 10-minute journey over. So you got 0 successes on your observation. Chaplain got 2, Dante got 1, Mason got 1. For those who got 1 to 2 successes, you do see as you're kind of Silva's intent looking at the scan map of the thing and processing this to points of entry, blah blah blah, as an officer would. The others of you are kind of looking out the windows and kind of like getting a layout of the land, and you see from inside the walls like smoke rising, and it does, when I say smoke, more like a campfire or a barrel fire or something of that of that nature, burning, and it, not like the building itself was on fire, but like a contained small fire, like a campfire burning.
Anyone see any signs of Eckert and the crew?
That was the other thing I was going to mention. You do not. You don't even see footprints in the snow indicating that she came this way. Nor are there any tracks. Admittedly, it is snowing, and it was snowing when you went into the oil refinery. The blizzard has hit. Visibility isn't fabulous, but you don't see any depressions that would be filled in track marks from an APC. Nothing.
Evidence of a small contained fire, but other than that, Captain, nothing.
Agree.
Anything on the motion tracker?
I'll check it. I'm assuming I took it back. I'll check it.
Yeah, you see a couple of blips moving, and if you watch them, they kind of move in and around that semicircular sort of field of view that the motion detector has. They look like, as you watch it, it looks like they're probably walking perimeter guard on the inside, not the outside.
I'm getting a couple of blips, Captain, and it looks like a patrol. It's not erratic, it's not fast, it's very patterned.
The Colonel said there was some sort of commotion here we had to deal with, right? Other
Yeah,
than the insurgents?
I'm not hearing anything, but I would figure if there's a commotion, what I'm seeing on the tracker would be more erratic and chaotic. It's not. It doesn't look like anybody's in a panic.
Unless we missed the party.
I think we're being played.
John, your suspicious look gives me life, I'm just saying.
I think, honestly, Captain, I think we're being played. I think they know that they need something here, and they're sending us in because either we're going to wear it out or we're going to get it.
Oh yeah, they need Wojak.
Wojak or whatever else is infecting the insurgents.
Right.
Are we going in as a unit, or you want me on Overwatch for a moment?
If they're all inside the refinery, then Overwatch isn't going to help a whole lot.
Except I don't think they're all in the refinery.
Alright, Gunny. 2 options. We either go in quiet, or we go in guns blazing, just crash the APC through the doors. I know which one Dante wants.
The only spot you can do that at, if you look at the map a minute, Ted, is in the northeast east corner, there's a gap the APC might get through. There's a piece of broken wall there. The rest of the wall is pretty structural, but if you're going to come through the wall, that's where you would have to come around it and come in that way. Not impossible, it would just switch your position of entry, that's all. Just pointing that out to you.
Captain?
Yeah.
Fort Nebraska. Before this, I was a part of a pacification team. My entire squad was down by friendly fire. I woke up in Fort Nebraska. They didn't do this to me, did they? Not like the deserters. They wouldn't do this. They wouldn't do this to me.
Silva doesn't say anything.
Captain.
I think you're asking questions private that are best left unsaid at the moment.
Wright looks at you. And just looks right at you. We weren't deserters. Until they did this to us. We were good Marines. We were good Marines. We were loyal. We followed orders. We carried out our duties. And this is the payment I got?
You're still doing your job as a Marine.
Am I?
You were.
With this thing inside of my chest?
Until you turned traitor.
Leave it to the synth to sit there and defend them.
I'm
'Cause you only
asking
have
out
that
of
one train of
character.
thought.
Can I shoot Chaplain?
Yeah, you can shoot him. However, if you do that, if an combat ensues, you will lose control of your character. That initiates PvP. And until that's resolved, you can argue with him, but until it escalates to violence, as soon as it escalates to violence, you will lose control of your character and be assigned a new one.
Dante really wants it, but out of character, I like Dante. So I think I'm gonna contain that one.
So to help her do that,
See
Wright will
anger
draw.
in her eyes.
Wright sees that and draws his attention towards her. This is what they did to me. You're gonna be loyal to them because they fucking programmed you, didn't they, motherfucker? They put all that shit up in your damn head. No, hell no. We were good Marines. You are a toaster with legs.
Serve more loyally than you do.
Really? You don't have something growing inside you, do you?
Enough
Neither do you.
of this shit. Come on.
I don't? There
Look.
isn't something in here? There's nothing in here?
It's not growing.
You fucking... Semantics.
Enough.
You know what that word means? Put it through your processor.
Look, right now, it's step by step, and maybe I'm a Marine and I don't have any other way of being, but step by step, it's this. We do the job. We go to the base. We get the antidote. We dose you. We kill that thing inside you, and then we worry about what comes next. But it's step by step by the book, because that's what we got.
As you all are arguing, Silva, you haven't said anything. You're still towards the front of the APC with Hammer and Iona, and I know there's another NPC. Roll me an observation.
Uno.
You hear 4 quick gunshots. Pa-pow, pa-pow. And then silence. They don't hear it because they're arguing.
Shut up, everyone. Either Eckhart's here or someone's already started shooting. Look, they want the oil field taken care of? Fine. They want the colony? Fine. We'll give them a choice, oil field or colony. Dante, you got your rocket launcher, right? How much do you think it would take to blow this place up? Fuck the insurgents.
Dante knows Aaron does not. How many rocket launchers do I need to blow up things?
This refinery in the state that it's in, probably one good shot in the right area, but you're gonna have to get up to a higher elevation to find it.
Dante would know what that sort of elevation is. Is there anything?
Yeah, probably the
around?
Yeah, probably the neighboring building up high, give you a vantage point. Find whatever looks the most explosive from the top, maybe from a high window, and be able to fire through. And
Alright,
figure
so
out what's most
Dante
explosive.
kind of pulls herself from her existential crisis, looks at Captain Silva and says, "Get me to that building. I'll do it."
All right, you heard the private. Everyone to the tower.
Hoorah.
Fuck that.
Let's make some stuff go boom.
Boom, boom, boom.
My supernova. Sorry.
Boom, boom, boom. That's the plan.
Alrighty. So, who is going out to go up high? Dante.
Dante.
I mean, if you want Wright to go up with you, to take the tension out of the APC, she certainly will.
Fellow friend with thing in chest.
Silva still has a concussion. They will not be climbing the giant tower.
That's probably a good idea. So, Mason, unless you have an objection, Wright says I'll go with her. Probably be better for the air in here.
No, I think that's a bad idea. You're still wanted, and I don't trust you.
I don't care if you trust me or not. And the captain here just said, fuck the colony, fuck the insurgents. We're gonna go up, blow this, and take our asses back to the fort. I'm going back.
The captain's also compromised from his injuries. He's got a concussion, so...
Yeah, whatever, you
Oh,
sit
so
tight.
you're giving orders now, bot?
No, I'm trying to be the voice of rationality.
Why don't you make some toast? We're gonna go blow something up.
Mason, go with Wright and Dante. I'll sit here and with Chaplin, and we'll verify whether I'm compromised or not.
You got it, Captain. Going with y'all.
No hate on you, Sean. I'm sorry. I feel so
No,
being mean.
it's
I know.
fine. I'm playing my character.
No, you were doing a fabulous job. I always feel so... I felt bad being mean to Sean.
Dante's really, really mad at Chaplin.
Yeah, so is Wright. You guys, all three, go up. You have no problems getting up to the top of the building. Line yourself up. Between Mason and Wright, on the top of the other building, kind of one crawling on one side, one crawling on the other, they do find you a spot that will lead down into, from the inside where those distillation towers are. Just past those, you'll see where there's gas treatment pipes. You blow those gas treatment pipes, the whole place is going away. What you also see, Mason, roll an observation. Dante, roll an observation. I will roll one for Wright. Let me find her. Observation. Oh god, she's got a really good observation.
So I got 1.
2 successes and a face hugger.
No.
Oh, it's her total dice.
And
Yeah.
that's a 4 on my stress roll, so I'm still good.
Yeah, you're still good. Dante got 1 success on her observation roll. So what the three of you see together at about the same time, poor Mason, what happens to you is you're sitting there and just your own shadow in the building, just you just see a flash in your mind of the Xeno, and then you realize it was just a shadow, and you kind of pull yourself back together. But what you see is there are only 4 individuals inside the refinery. All of them have weapons. 2 of them are sat around a barrel, which is why the motion detector didn't track them. The other 2 are kind of walking around the eastern side of the building where you see less equipment and parts. And you see 4 dead individuals laying in the middle of the broken pillars, the broken down pillars there, which is Eckford and her team. You did not get here. Well, you did get here in time to stop them from being shot, but you took too much time talking about how you wanted to go in, and they were executed.
They weren't friends anyway.
They weren't our friends anyway.
Couldn't happen to a nicer bunch.
Chuck them in the fuck it bucket.
I
So
mean, I was gonna find their car and rip up the engine. So
So you do see for what are obvious insurgents. So you can go ahead and blow the refinery, or you can talk to the captain and see if you want to take a prisoner and get more information. Because you do believe still that there's going to be an airstrike on the fort.
Trying to figure out if Dante cares about that anymore. Captain, 4 insurgents. We've got the Weyland-Yutani people dead inside.
A pity.
Really?
Oh yes. Complete pity. I was looking forward to slapping her myself. Right. Mission's still the same. Blow this place.
Aye, Captain.
I'm
Hey,
not going to make
Mason.
you roll for it.
What do you know about chickens?
What?
I'm trying to banter his stress level down a little bit.
Yes. I forgot about your banter. Trying to banter your stress.
You know what I know about chickens? They're small fucking dinosaurs. They are living little shits, and I hate them. Fucking hate chickens. Chickens are the worst. And I think that when I get my farm, I'm not gonna have any chickens on it. And she launches her rocket.
And you all feel the APC rock as the refinery has first one explosion, and then there's a pause. And then the secondary explosion of what's stored in the tanks underneath just pieces go flying everywhere. It's raining down debris. None of it hits you. You guys are far enough away.
Colonel, I'm sorry to report that the oil refinery seems to have gone up. There was a Weyland-Yutani strike team that tried to go in before us, and I think they fucked up.
Damn it all to hell. We need to know where that insurgent base is.
No longer on top of the priorities there, sir. That obviously was not said over comms. That was out of character. I'm sorry.
I know it was. I know it was.
Dante's not outwardly saying fuck the Marines yet, but she close.
She close. She close. You have your orders, Captain. Find that insurgent base.
Understood. Hey, Chaplain. You want to see if any of those 2 on the patrol survived the blast?
Yeah, I can go take a look. I'm gonna go see if I can find mangled, semi-conscious insurgents.
You find charred insurgents and charred remains of the team.
Dust.
Of Eckford's team, I should say.
I'm gonna roll the Eckford's team's body and see if they have any clues leading to the insurgent base.
Yeah, you start searching them, patting them down. You do find the piece of equipment that Eckford was using to hack your communications. So whatever message you gave her about the hospital, or that Mason made for the hospital, she does have it. It's the last thing that she received. She just obviously didn't get a chance to act on it. She was here, and the insurgents probably would have told you exactly where the base was.
I'll hop on the comm real quick and be like, Captain, there's no survivors. Everybody's dead. I looked through the bodies. I looked through Eckford's team. There's no indication of where the insurgents base is.
Any sign of Wojak?
No sign of her at all.
No. And I'm going to check my. And we haven't been doing this quite right. I'm going to check my the motion tracker And I need to roll every time I use it. I need to roll for something.
Yeah, it's your Comtech, I believe.
No, power source.
No, yeah, it's power source. Yeah, we haven't really been keeping track of it. Not really all that it's not like you guys have used it too much. You've used it.
Very
Go
nice.
ahead and give me a roll for it.
One success.
Okay, then we'll say that I gave you all 5 to start with for your resources for every resource.
Yep.
We'll just say you have 4 that you've made all the others except for 1, so we'll take 1 away.
Okay.
So you have 4 power source. So every time you use a piece of equipment in Alien, or every time you are under a circumstance where you have food or water or air being in short supply rather than plentiful, the characters always have to make a roll for it to see if they can maintain their resources if they lose them and it becomes a pressing issue. Because they're planet side, I'm not worried about it right now. If they were on a ship or a space station, I would worry about it a lot more. And that's just for me trying to keep the game moving. But yeah, so we'll just say that only on that one you have 4. For the rest of them, you're fine. Obviously, you don't need air, food, or water. You're fine. As you are kind of sifting through everything and the others are coming down off the roof of the building, Hammer is sat at the comms, and you know how much he loves that shit. He's just like... And then he sits up. You fucking shitting me right now? Okay. Captain?
Yeah.
There's a dude on here claims he's an insurgent. Says that there's some really nasty shit happening over at their, facility. They're asking for our help.
Where's it at?
And they're sending it to me now, and you see this bloop, pop over. You see a route being marked on the APC's thing leading over to, it looks like just like a little compound. Look, see a satellite transmitter. There was like a little building. There is a gate all the way around it, a pretty heavy gate around it, but it gives you the basic floor plan of the place. And they're asking us to hurry. And I can hear gunfire in the background.
Can you confirm that that's the site?
No, sir. There ain't no way to confirm it. The Colonial Marines have no idea where the base is, or they wouldn't send us out on a wild goose chase. They would have given us the location straight away, honestly. We're either trusting what this guy's saying, or we're not. Sir, there's people screaming in the background. Something bad is going on over there.
Silva gets back on the personal comms and... Colonel?
You don't get anything.
Right. That is how it would be, isn't it? Dante, hurry your ass up and get down from the view. We're not here to sightsee.
Oh, come
guys
on,
are like-
Captain. I'm an expecting mother.
Well, I don't care how ugly your expected child is to be. Any amount of rest isn't going to make it any prettier. Get your ass down here.
My
Sorry,
little
couldn't help
baby. My little baby.
Sorry, that's probably terrible on mics. I apologize, y'all.
No.
Meanwhile, when you get that call going, hurry your ass up, you guys have reached the ground and the APC's in sight. I mean, you're not really that far away. And Chaplain, you've already made you've already been able to make your way back out of the wreckage as well. What's the plan?
Hammer, keep contacting or trying to contact the base, our base. Ionia, take us along the route. Eyes open for an ambush.
Yes, ma'am. Sir. Yes, sir. Sorry. Follows the route over, and you get to the insurgent compound is also in your map pack. You see that it's a pretty good sized defensive wall around it. And when you pull up, you can hear the sounds of gunfire and people shouting and screaming. You're muted,
Ed, we
Ted.
can't hear you.
Well, sounds like one of Mason's bugs is in there.
Or Wojak's in there.
Hammer's
Dante,
like,
any chance of a repeat performance?
on this place, probably not. That wall's way too thick. And there's nothing close enough for you to get high up enough to fire down into it at the correct angle. And Hammer looks over at Silva and says, I lost him. I lost who I was talking to. I'm just getting static now.
Convenient.
Let's get in there.
Man, our job was to find the base, not to storm it. Right, everyone load up. Grenades, rockets, flamers, whatever your heavy gear is. Let's do this.
Is there an extra pulse rifle? Because I'm going to grab one if there is. The normal gun go armed, but
There is not. You
Yeah.
could probably get your hands on a pistol, but there is not an extra pulse rifle. All the Marines are packing, but
I'll take the pistol then.
you get around to where the front gate is the only place that you can get in other than short of climbing the wall itself. I mean, you guys do have the gear in the truck if you want to go over the wall, as opposed to going in through the front gate. But if you come around either corner there to look down at the front gate to gain like a bit of a measure of what's going on, you don't see any guards out front.
Does the APC have weapons?
Let me double check that. I don't know that it. Where are you at? That's. No, I don't want that one. I want the other one. There it is. It has a phase plasma pulse cannon and a 20mm Gatling gun.
Ooh.
Hammer, you wanna knock down the door?
Yeah, fuck yeah. Yeah, he'll hit it with the pulse cannon. Takes a couple of shots, but the doors buckle inward and go. As that
Knew
happens,
we were friends.
as that happens, you see insurgents running back and forth crazy. They're shooting all over the place. Most of them look highly panicked. None of them pay attention to that door getting blown inward. None of them. They don't even look at it.
What the hell are they?
Then from the little building that's inside, you do see three smaller vehicles out front, and there's like a little inner gate. Coming out of the inner gate, you see Wojcik.
Hammer takes a shot.
You see Wojcik start to shriek. Starts ripping out tufts of her own hair. And then you realize it's not just her hair she's ripping out. She is literally splitting her scalp as she's pulling on her hair. Her skull just starts bubbling towards the back as she's ripping, and it starts to elongate. And it's just wet and slick and black. Just inside, you see her jaw start to splinter as all of her flesh and bone rips away under her skin, which just seems so impossibly elastic at the moment. It looks like her entire skeletal structure is rearranging itself. Her screams go from somebody who is just mad with pain and anguish into something far more monstrous. All of a sudden, there's a wet pop. Her spinal cord just distends and spills down her legs like a bony black tail, and it unrolls. Fluted tubes erupt from her back, stretched past any limits that her skin can take. They finally split and pop, revealing a smooth, cylindrical skulled beast wearing a morbid mask of a face like a woman. How this behemoth fit inside her skin is beyond your comprehension. The Wojik thing just sloughs off the rest of the flesh suit. Her nose slides down her now sable skull, drifts down the side of her mouth, and just drips onto the ground. Her eyes tumble from the sockets and just fall into two wet, jelly-like pools at her feet. In their place is nothingness. Two Stygian voids where her eyes should be, set in a metal-mouthed skull face attached to a long, curved head, no longer human. The monster that was Wojik can only be called alien. It's grody, y'all.
I like it.
Grody.
Hammer, take the shot!
Okay, if I'm gonna go, I'm gonna say it. I'm glad I'm not gonna go like that.
If you look at your map, the way the thing is sat, the cannon can't quite get a bead on her, and she runs back inside. Drops the skin, runs back inside. You're going to have to give chase. I know Ted's like, you're rude. Yes, I am.
No, Ted's like, we're just gonna sit out here in the APC and take the place apart with the pulse cannon, piece by piece.
It will eventually run out of shots. You can probably blow up those 3 vehicles. You can probably tear up some of the insurgents. You might even be able to get them with the Gatling gun. But all you hear from here is the screams of her ripping these fucking people apart.
Captain, they probably have an underground just like we do as well. Blowing it apart isn't going to do any good.
I mean, to be fair, what skin do we have in this game? I'm out after this, one way or another. That's it. I'm done. So, what skin do we have in this game, Captain?
Anya, any chance getting in touch with the Colonel?
Keep trying to raise him, but I mean, I'm not getting static, but I'm not getting anything. I think he's just away from the comms at the moment. He could be dealing. Maybe they are running an air raid. I don't know, but he could be dealing with that at the moment. I'll keep trying him.
The skin in the game, Dante, is the fact that the insurgents have to have their own ship. And that's the best way off this godforsaken rock of a planet.
Captain? They wouldn't do this to me, would they?
I think right's the answer you need.
Let's get off this fucking rock.
Best route is get an insurgent ship. We get in there, hit the satellite, pull whatever data they have off the satellite, fuck whatever's going on inside the building, see if they have a ship hidden somewhere. Head for that.
Alright, let's get started.
Mason, Hammer, Ionia.
We're doing this. The entire time, Mason has basically been like pacing towards the door, wanting to go out, but not wanting to leave any of you behind.
Yeah, Wright stood by the door, locking and loading, checking her pulse rifle.
Chaplain is watching right.
She just stood by the door, just waiting. She's just assuming that you guys are going in to kill this thing.
On your orders, Captain.
Fuck it, let's do this. Go. Make sure you have your heavy gear.
Fuck yeah. I'm out the door. The moment that order is given, I am out the door, making sure that none of the insurgents turn guns on us.
Wright will take up a position at the corner of the APC on Overwatch to cover your backs. because she's an NPC that's usable by any of you. I don't want to stick her in the middle of the gunfight, but she will be able to make a shot from here. Well, not at the APC. To be more fair to her, I'll do it at the opening of the gate. That way she can take cover and still have the line of sight into the courtyard. You do see, as you guys are running in and finding cover positions, Wojcik jumps on top of this guy, or what's this Wojcik thing, holds him down, and just like the alien to you, Mason, just kind of hovered over top of you where it was taunting you. This hovers over top of this insurgent and starts to begin vomiting this black goo into its face. Or into his face, I'm sorry, he's not an it. It begins to vomit this black stuff just right into its face. And as you're watching, you see it just sucking in towards its eyes. If you think about when you watch mercury flow and then they reverse the camera and it goes back in, it's that sort of thing. But into all the crevices on its face, it just starts getting sucked in, almost like it's moving of its own accord. As soon as that's done, she leaves it. She doesn't hurt the guy. She backs off of him. That will then preclude initiative, Bokies.
I lost to die.
Clearly Ted did too. That thing went. Okay. 1. 2.
2.
Dante. No! Silva!
I was gonna say I have a 6 rev.
It says that Silva has a grenade launcher.
Mm-hmm.
I think Silva's gonna say, fuck that guy, he's already dead, and fuck the Wojak thing, and just launch a grenade at them.
Yeah, go for it.
Two successes, no ones.
Okay, go ahead and let me know your damage. It rolled 0 successes on its armor rating.
I'll be honest, I don't have damage for the grenade launcher. It lists
I
it as
do!
I have, but I don't have the
Just give
grenade
us
damage.
It's got
It's 3
plus 1
burst.
bonus and 9. Well, I have 9 blast.
Oh, I'm probably look at mine.
There's 2 different ones. There is a pulse rifle that has the grenade launcher attached to it.
Yeah.
And then there's just the straight grenade launcher.
Got it.
It says grenade launcher in the gear separate.
Oh, it is 9. I
of
had to
the,
zoom in on it. Uh-oh.
So I'm assuming it's. I don't know.
They're
Hold
all
on,
9
give me-
blast because you should have the same as I do. I have the underbarrel one.
All right, so that's 9 damage plus 1 for the stunt, so 10 total.
Jeez.
How you want to do this?
I think it just lodges in the open screaming mouth of the guy and then blows up right there in their faces.
And you did 1 more level of damage than the freak had. So you do.
Woo!
You killed the guy because he hasn't changed yet. But yeah, you kill both of them. They both just blow into pieces.
1 down. Keep your eyes open for more people with the black gunk. If you see it, kill them.
You start going through. You see very dead, wounded insurgents laying everywhere. You see 2 guys in a room behind a desk with rifles, and they are shivering like dog shit and razor blades. They can't. They're just. One of them is near catatonic. He's completely paralyzed with fear. He's laying in the
Aw,
fetal
how
position on the
cute.
floor. He can't move. He can't do anything. He's just staring blankly at the wall in front of him.
Hey there,
Creature's
little
dead. Get your
intern.
ass out.
They don't move. I mean, they're all under the effects of panic. You shout at them, they don't even respond to your presence.
Is there any way to disarm them?
Yeah, you can walk up and take the weapon right off of them. They're not going to
Yeah.
fight you.
I don't want to get a bullet in my back from somebody who freaks out.
Yeah, they don't fight you. They let you take the um the weapons right out of their hands. We're about to lead into our break, and this will be also the act break. So,
Ooh.
over top of your comms, you hear Hatfield come over. I'm leading the last-ditch counterattack up against UPP forces assaulting Fort Nebraska. We're outnumbered, but it's our duty to fight back. You are on your own. Your orders are to complete your mission if you can, find any remaining AWOLs, then rally at Fort Nebraska. Make the Marine Corps proud at... And then it cuts off.
4 for 4. Hooray.
Which
This
explain
mission
why.
complete.
Yeah, Hatfield was unable to answer you immediately because he was a little engaged. So we are going to head into our break. It might take us just a hair longer than 10 minutes because I have to give my players their new agendas, and then I also have to get up and take a bio break myself. So please go ahead and get yourself a bio break. Get yourself a snack if you can stomach it, and we'll be back in 10.
Oozy snack.
10-ish. And welcome back to Rick and Raph's actual play of Alien RPG by Free League. When last we left off, our heroes had just assaulted the insurgent compound, sort of, and found a creature inside that they blew up with a grenade. I love a good explosion. During the break, I have given all of my players their next agendas for Act 2, which we are entering into, and I appreciate your patience in doing so because I have to type those out individually. They're not sat beside me to hand out cards. A couple of things are going to happen here at the start of Act 2. One is you get back into your APC. You're settling in, and before you even start to kind of figure out what your next step is other than heading back to Fort Nebraska, Chaplain starts to convulse, and his eyes roll back in his head, and he then just slumps downward. A few moments later, he reboots and is looking a little confused. We'll get back to that in a minute. Your comms squeal to life again. Charlie team, return to base. Repeat, return to base for immediate evac. And then they just scream in your ears and spew static everywhere. You hear booms echoing from above you, from bomb blasts and multiple sonic incursions. You hear the fort's railgun cannons begin launching giant spikes into the clouds. You see Colonial Marine evac fighters screaming across the sky, firing on descending UPP dropships. Looks like war has come to Ariarchus.
Oh, we are fucked.
You do hear, some people close by you that have been in hiding cheer the fact that the UPP has arrived, because you're now in UPP territory. People that would be loyal to the insurgents. They're not being hostile to you. They're just civilians. Yeah, I gave you his last message to you was to get back to the fort for evacuation. Yep, I already took care of his reboot. Make sure I'm not skipping anything from the beginning. And that is it. That's the state of things as we come back to everyone kind of just getting back to the APC. And Chaplain just starts. Those of you and all of you have been around androids before, you do kind of recognize this is a reboot cycle.
Anyone other than Chaplain of Comtech? Just out of curiosity.
Hold on, since I still have right. Where you at, right? Oh, sorry, I moved everything during the break while I was typing out agendas. I gotta pick her back up. Where is she? Comtech. No, not really. It would just be her base, and they've gave her nothing, so I'm assuming she doesn't have a lot in that.
I mean, I have my bases 3.
What do you need, Captain?
Oh no, this would be the instant Chaplain starts writhing around on the ground during the reboot.
No, you can, if Dante has the role, and any of you want to assist her in any way by checking him out while she does it, she can get up to a +2 to that roll.
I'll make it.
I don't trust you with Chaplain right now. I have 4 dice. Silva will try.
Again, if you assist, you can give Silva up to a +2.
Will we need the skill to assist, though?
No, just tell me how you're assisting. Whether it be a physical checkout, kind of like opening his shirt and looking at where any various connections might be, anything like that.
Assists with some therapeutic percussive repair. I just kind of like kicks the leg.
Okay, that works.
I know medical aid, so I'm gonna be like applying a little bit of that to the idea of
Okay.
like I'm gonna hold a flashlight in front of his eyes and ask him to track it. So I'm like watching his reactions and stuff like that.
So yeah, you can get a +2 on that roll. It's a +2
2
dice.
is the magical number tonight. That's 2 successes.
Okay. Something has caused your team's synth to prematurely enter shutdown mode. Chaplin has taken no damage the entire time that he's been with you on this mission. There's no reason for it other than something internal. It has to be something going on inside of his brain.
So then, real fast before he finishes rebooting, turns to Mason and Dante. Something calls him to reboot. Keep an eye on him.
When you come to, Chaplin, you're just really fucking confused. Where you're at, why you're here, what's going on.
What happened?
Chaplin,
Rebooted.
Yeah. Hey, Mason.
do you don't remember getting here?
Vaguely.
I mean
Vaguely?
here, like this battlefield.
Vaguely.
What does vague mean? What do you remember?
Chaplin,
There.
I'm sorry to even interrupt, but do you at least remember the Xenos?
Yes.
Okay, well that's something.
Would Chaplin have any So this is kind of above the board, and I would type it out, but I don't want to pause that long. Would I have memories from what happened before? Still,
Some, but it's almost like you were separated from yourself.
like I was a
because of what was
passenger.
going on. Yeah, it was
Like I
like you're a
was-
passenger.
Okay. No, I remember the Xenos. I remember their. I imagine it would be quite like how you describe a dream.
And the behavior that you had exhibited is very uncharacteristic for you.
What? Why do I have a gun?
You
Because we're in
insisted
a
on being
fucking
armed.
war zone.
Yeah, but when is the last time, Mason? When's the last time you've ever seen me hold a gun?
The hospital?
Well, I mean, before all of this. I mean, you and I do go back a little bit.
Okay,
Do I fight?
no you don't. But you don't fight people, which is what we usually fight. Are you saying you wouldn't shoot a...
If I had to, if it was coming after the squad, yeah, I suppose I would. But it's not my first intention. I'm here to keep you guys from bleeding out, from losing body parts, from dying. Not to, you guys are way more suited for mayhem and havoc and throwing things through walls.
Right.
Sure.
Chaplain, run a self-diagnostic. Everyone else, eyes on the sky. We're heading into a firefight. Our goal, get to the base, get to the extract.
I'm gonna
Dante.
send something to you real quick, Sean, while
Okay.
he's saying that.
Dante, if we can find this level 3, we'll swing by and see about finding that inoculation for you. But our goal, get out of the frying pan, get out of the fire, get back to that farm with no chickens.
Why are we
Right.
talking about chickens?
Dante doesn't like them.
They're filthy. I get it.
Fried chicken, chicken tenders, popcorn chicken, roasted chicken.
No chickens.
Yes,
Chicken
Hammer, we
strips.
know you like eating chicken.
Captain?
Actually, I like Never mind.
What is it, Danny?
Is there any way we can circle past the hospital as we go?
Who do we need to go? Who are we going for?
Just picking up. Honestly, if they're not deserters, they don't deserve to this be left behind. Their bodies left behind to be treated like trash by the UCC.
UPP.
UPP.
You know me.
Acronyms! They make everything easy.
UPP.
Shit. Hold on. Let me cut and paste that right to... That's because I typed it to the wrong person like an idiot.
Oh.
There you go. Oh, here he comes. There you go.
I know nothing. Nothing.
Captain, diagnostic is completed. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I was hacked by a hostile synth.
Able
Her
to
name-
identify? Was it Wayland Yutani?
No, she knew who Wayland Watani was. Her name was Jael. And
Jael.
Jael. And she's actually super loyal to Colonel Myers. He's the one that's in charge of sublevel 3 and a project called Life Force, but I don't have much more information than that. And
Mason.
it was her mission was to eradicate all evidence of the alien presence.
Well, she failed. Good. Mason, I'd rather not go to the hospital. Our goal, get the fuck out of here. That means going back to base, maybe trying to stop and get the inoculation for Dante, or we just try to cut it out in orbit. But our goal, get the fuck off this rock.
No, I agree. I mean, there is a sublevel 3, and there should be something there that could help. But we learned that it's got maybe a 25% success rate. The other option is a cryo capsule till we can get you somewhere with more equipment, or we try the inoculation.
Chap, they're eliminating evidence. Correct?
They're trying to, correct.
You just got hacked, correct?
Correct, but I'm in control now.
Could they know what you knew?
100%.
She was on board. She knew that you're infected. She also knew that, I'm going to look over at Wright, that Wright was telling the information that I can say that word. JL was trying to keep quiet. So she was supposed to kill everybody and anybody that had connections with Project Life Force.
And anybody
Captain,
that
they're
had
not
knowledge
letting
about it too.
Yeah.
Captain, they're not letting us off this rock.
Can we get off the fun way? We're Marines. We know how to do that. Hammer, don't take the obvious approach to the base, or Ina, whoever's driving. We're going to go around back.
I run out really quick and get any of the skin or remains of the one who transformed.
Wojak.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get chunks of the creature.
Chunks.
Yeah.
This creature, however, Mason, the best way to explain it to my players and my viewing audience, if any of you have seen Covenant or Prometheus, those creatures did not have acidic blood. This one does not either.
Okay.
Unlike the proper full xenomorphs. So you can pick it up with your hands. I wouldn't, because you saw what that stuff did, that black shit did when it got on somebody. So you're gonna have to come up with a way to get a chunk of it into something that's going to contain any of the possible black goo residue that might be left on it.
Inside
Got a
out,
doggy bag.
inside out body bag. There's got to be one on this UPC. Or sorry, this so many acronyms.
All right, roll me percentage dice. Roll me
Truck.
alien percentage dice. And for anybody in the viewing audience who has not played Alien, the way you roll your percentage dice, while John does that, let me do this real quick, is you take one each of your two different colored dice. You choose, just like you do for D100, you choose one as the 10s and one as the 1s. Roll those puppies, and I got 26. So one is a 2, one is a 6, that would be 26. So it goes
31.
11 to 66. Okay. There is one body bag. One body bag.
Turn it inside out, and
The way body bags work, they keep the liquid in. So if there is a body in the body bag, it keeps them from leaking unless the corpse is in such a state. Bodies pulled out of water, for instance, sometimes have a high liquefaction rate. So they will keep most of that liquid in. So you don't have to turn it inside out. You can leave it right side, the right way it is, and it will still keep the liquid in it.
Dang, let's keep the horror in the game.
I used to be a medic. And at a very small base that I was stationed at, we did have to assist in that sort of thing. So I do have a little bit of knowledge about how body bags and.
Well, I was just saying, turning it inside out to pick it up, all picking
Dog
up
poop?
dog poop. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha,
Mason,
gotcha,
what are you
gotcha.
doing?
Got ya. Cleaning up after the puppy.
The fallen.
Honoring the fallen. You don't want to get that shit on you. Just burn it. Cremate her.
I have to agree, Mason. The chance of you guys being infected by whatever.
Then why don't you help me?
I can.
You're the one with the flamer.
I'm something.
Right will come out and help you.
Thank you.
No, thank
Dante
you.
will help.
I get it. We're Marines. We don't leave anybody behind. Thank you.
Just make sure you don't get any of that shit on your hands. And Silva will take the time to smoke another cigarette.
Or in the UPC.
The APC?
APC?
APC.
APC. Quite frankly,
guys.
we'll zip it up and prop it on the top. We'll find some place to tie it down so it doesn't come in and it can freeze up there.
I'm pretty sure there's probably external storage compartments between the interior and the exterior. Some space in there where you can store extra gear, extra ammunition, whatever, because you're dealing with limited space. So any of those crumple zones on it would probably double as storage space. You can probably fold it up and stick it in there as well. So where are you guys headed to?
Are we heading to the base to try to get to level 3, or are we just trying to get gone?
Dante would like not to die. So getting to level 3 is on her priority list.
Same here. I want to get you there.
We're going to the base. We're taking a roundabout route, so we're not in the direct line of fire from the defensive cannons, if possible. And we're going to head for the evac, and head for the evac by way of level 3.
You start to go down one of the side alleys, taking Hammer's, whoever's letting Hammer drive is, poor them. He's trying to steer down this thing, and all of a sudden, he like, kind of slows down. He doesn't stop, but he slows down, and he's looking out the window, and he's like, Captain, we got a drop ship headed towards the insurgent base. And it doesn't look like one of yours. You can ignore it, it's fine. I'm just letting you know that it's there.
Mason, did you burn anything that was left over there?
Nah, honestly, I did not say... out of character, I did not say that, and I don't think Mason would have been all there with what we were facing. But you did blow the crap out of it.
Yeah, you did. You did blow it up with a grenade. He only got a chunk of what was left of Wojcik. It's just a small piece, per se.
Fuck it. If the UPPs take that shit back to their base and get themselves infected and get themselves killed, it's their own fucking problem. We're off this rock.
I think I understand why they were trying to develop a vaccine now. I've ran into this shit before, not that long ago. It's here.
However, just to make sure everybody's clear, it's not the UPP that was dealing with the agent. It was the Colonial Marines, or a division of the UA. So it's your own people that were doing it.
And I don't have proof, Mesa, but I don't think they were trying to find a cure. I think they were trying to figure out how to weaponize it.
I think... Where's Sean? Sean's over here. Here? I don't know.
I'm somewhere.
You're somewhere beside me. It's one of these two beside me here.
So, I mean, I would like to think that the Colonial Marines had our best interest, and I think for the most part they do, but I also think they're trying to find a way to get the upper hand to make some kind of super soldier.
Right, doesn't matter. All that matters is we're getting back to the base, we're getting off this rock. Hammer, speed the shit up.
Right. And he floors it.
Silva does not reprimand him.
As you're driving down the street, everybody make an observation roll, please. Anybody that's towards the front of the APC, realistically.
I mean,
Probably
Hammer's
not.
a buddy, so I feel like he'd be up there. I got 1 success.
I'm in the back, so probably not.
You see running across the street, and if Hammer does not stop or slow down, he is going to run over the Phase 2 synth. Behind the Phase 2 synth are a couple of insurgents shooting at her.
Aww.
Oh, we liked her!
Yeah.
And
damn!
In front of her, she looks like she is ushering a couple of kids into a building, and they are shooting at her.
That's some. We're on a mission, but nope, not killing the Fey unit. Okay, she puts a hand on Hammer, points, and says, "Look out!"
And he hits the brakes. Everybody, roll me a mobility roll.
Zero.
2 successes, 1 panic.
Okie dokie. Go ahead and deal with your panic. Yeah, you're still holding it together. Chaplain, however, is totally unprepared for the sudden stop and goes, unless one of you catches him, will go sailing towards the front. Or towards the back.
I'll try and grab him.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you do it. You just reach out and put a hand out and grab and keep him on his feet. And the APC literally stops like a foot from the Fey unit. And these insurgents are shooting at her. Hammer will turn the Gatling gun towards them, and they're so close. He's like blah 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 blah, and there's like big massive holes in them. And the Fey unit is like, oh. So it depends on what y'all are doing. Right now, she's not panicking because she's not capable of it, but she is a little.
Is there some? I'm sure this has a speaker and be like, "Get in cover."
Fuck that. Silva swings open a door. Faye, get your ass and those kids in here.
Yes, ma'am. Sir. Yes, you. Oh, the kids have already slid in the door. They are into the safe house that she let you know that she had. It is in there, and they are headed down. So you can either go get them from the people that are taking cover and waiting for this to all blow over, or you can just take the Fey unit with you. But your APC is not going to hold too many more people. Like, if there's a dozen people down there, you won't have room for them.
I think the kids
we
are
can't
safe
pick
with
up all the women and children.
Well, and I think they're going to be safe there because, I mean, they're civilians.
Safe.
Well, as safe as you can be on a planet being overrun with a xenomorphic life form.
Safe adjacent.
Safe adjacent.
Faye, you got 2 choices. Stay here with the kids and keep them safe, or come with us.
I'm still out looking for survivors. I just want to help people.
My heart fucking bleeds. Get in the truck, hon.
Yes, ma'am. And she gets right on in the APC with you because you've ordered her to do so.
Chaplain, diagnostic. Hammer, back to the base.
Yeah, I'm not going to make you roll for it. She's physically fine.
Yeah.
They didn't actually shoot her.
She's fine, Captain.
I was more worried about her being hacked.
Good point. I don't know if I can tell that or not.
Yeah, go ahead and roll your Comtech.
Contact? Okay.
Oh my god, Dante, did Silva fell out of the APC. Oh, she's back.
Yeah, she looks fine. I got a 0. But she looks fine.
Right. Base.
And overhead, I mean, there are your guys' Cheyenne drop ships are just going out to engage enemy drop ships. Um, Hammer takes off in the APC again. Not quite pedal to the metal this time, in case he's told to stop again. But he's pretty much hauling ass through the streets, driving, and the next thing you know, a drop ship falls out of the sky. You guys don't see it since you're not walking. Fortunately, because you're not walking, it doesn't crash into you all. It hits the APC, but the APC is now on fire. You will have to get out of it.
No!
It lasted so
No!
long.
Uh-oh.
Our APC or theirs? Sorry, the fighter, the dropship, is it one of ours or theirs?
It's one of yours that was shot down.
Okay.
We gotta get out of here. It's gonna get real hot real soon.
Hustle,
That's
hustle,
our
hustle.
stop. Everyone load up on weapons. Someone find us a car.
You don't see anything in the streets around you at the moment. Not to say you might not find another one, but at the moment you do not see one. And you take off on foot.
Could always do a scan for roller skates, Captain. Does that count as banter? Can I relieve some stress?
Oh my god! Oh my god!
I don't
Yes,
know.
I will. I will let you reduce everybody's stress by 1.
I don't know, Private. Given the current weather condition, ice skates might be more practical.
Shut up, Chaplain.
I'd rather have some skis.
As you guys are kind of making your way from cover to cover, the Fey unit is as far at the back as she can get, hiding behind Chaplain. I mean, literally hunkering down. If Chaplain stops, you feel her just before she slams into you, just stop. She is literally making herself as small as possible behind you. It's not a combat unit. Such as it were. Everybody, as you go down a new street, you see some of these taller buildings, and there's no fire here, there's no explosion here, but the buildings are leaning at a very odd angle.
Ruh-roh.
Like
They're-
structurally unsound odd angle?
They could fall, but they're cracked, which is an unusual thing to see. There's cracks running up in it, and they're kind of leaning at a really strange angle, and it's a number of them. And as Silva, as you think, okay, fine, we'll double back this way, you look back and you see the buildings behind you are also starting to crack in that fashion as well.
Everyone run!
As you start to run, I need everybody to make me a mobility roll.
One success.
3 successes.
1 success.
Okay, everybody got at least 1 success, including the Fey unit. And you manage to jump out of the way as a sinkhole opens up in front of you. And as you're standing there, there's a very strange substance kind of dripping off of bits and pieces of the bottom of, like, parts of rocks and structures that you can see in there. It looks like a pipe or something has been hit by the debris as it goes in, and you just see this really strange substance on the inside of it. It doesn't look like the black goo that you saw, but it's very strange. Is anyone taking a closer look?
I pull out
Mason?
my CBRN detector.
Mm-hmm.
And so I want to check. Let's check biological first.
Okay. I'm not gonna make you roll for it. As you're doing this, something comes up on the display, and you see that it is an oil-eating bacteria. It is alive, it is biological. And it is designed to, in small quantities, break down oil waste to keep from spillages. In controlled quantities, that your readout is telling you that in small controlled quantities and dilutions, it's used to clean up oil spills. What's down below you is beyond the number that the readout is giving you. So the readout, let's say that the normal range for an oil spill is 5 to 10 parts per million. This is reading in the 1,000 parts per million.
Good grief.
If this shit gets close to Chaplin, it will literally eat him alive. Because he's mechanical.
Yeah, Chaplin, don't get anywhere near this. I explained this to everyone.
Oh, is that what that is?
Makes sense to me. They don't want the UPPs getting the oil. Put oil-eating bacteria in it so it eats it up. Kills the field. Back to the base. Keep on moving. Come on. No more sinkholes.
Right, it's like nothing personal, Captain, but you can tell the ground that? And just kind of elbows you and keeps moving forward. You're a tough bitch, Silva. You are one tough bitch, man, but I don't think the rock's gonna listen to you.
Well, as long as the right way knows the way to go.
Alright. I don't know if I know the right way to go back to base. I know no more or less than you do. Okay,
I'm not Dante. You're not getting banter out of me.
as you get yourselves down the street, you do see a group of insurgents cross, and unless you guys do anything overt, they pass by and they do not see you. You take cover behind a building, and Bright looks over at Dante and just reaches up to your face and rubs under your nose. And when she pulls her finger away, there's blood on it.
Know anything about that?
Chaplain? You just see a trickle of blood come out of her nose.
I mean, that's not uncommon in stress situations like this. How are you feeling otherwise? Is there any more pressure, any pain?
Yeah, it's kicking.
Captain, we've really got to get either to a cryo bed or to the base ASAP.
This thing isn't in my fucking brain. It's in my chest. Why is it affecting my head?
Well, just because it's a nosebleed doesn't mean there's anything wrong with your brain. It could just be the pressure. You know, you have nerve endings or blood vessels all through your nose. So if there's any more pressure, like if your blood pressure is spiking because of what's in your chest, it could cause a nosebleed.
Talk while we run, people. Talking's not going to get Dante fixed.
As you carry on down the street, you hear a loud boom echo through these deserted alleys. And you see snow just off the nearby roofs. It's a big explosion. You see a tank situated in the middle of the street, and the people in the tank are firing at a big UPP vehicle just down the road. Please roll me an observation roll.
Only roll I have memorized.
One success.
Whiffed it.
Hey, Chaplain, you're the only one that sees, hidden on a rooftop nearby, are 4 insurgents, and all of them have RPG launchers. It looks like they're getting ready to fire. They're kind of in front of you, the tank's in front of you, and the Ox is on the other side of that. Looks like they're getting ready to ambush the tank.
Captain, there's insurgents getting ready to fire down on the Marine tank.
Dante, take that building out.
Captain, is that a part of our mission right now?
We need a vehicle. That tank's a vehicle.
If she doesn't do it quickly, I pull out my grenade launcher and I shoot.
Dante doesn't do it quickly.
Roll to hit them, John.
Alrighty. Let's see again. Gotta look up my 1, 2, 3, 4. And here we go. Ooh, nice. That is going to be 4 successes. And, yeah, just a total of 4 successes. I'll turn those extra into damage. So that'll make it 12 points of damage grand total. Should pretty much nuke them.
Good. Let me roll that armor. Yep, even with 2 successes on their armor rating, you blow them completely off the roof. One of the Marines turns around, and like the holes they have in the side of it is pointing out this way, and then goes back to facing the other way and firing at the Ox when he realizes it's more Marines. He obviously doesn't fire at you. But that vehicle, that tank, is only going to hold those 4 Marines.
Silva's going to walk up to them, and I'd like to use a command roll, but Silva is going to try to pull Rankin. We're on a mission for Colonel, I'm blanking on his name. What was
Hatfield.
it? Colonel Hatfield, we need your tank and you. You're coming with us. Everyone on top of the tank. Back to the base, now.
Go ahead, make your command roll.
That is 3 successes. And no stress die 1, so I will take it.
Nice. They're, Alright, but we gotta get past that. Which is the Ox. If they go back the way you came, is that sinkhole with the bacteria in it, which will eat the shit out of this tank.
Fine. We get through the Ox. We're gone. Dante.
Captain.
You want to get back to the base. We have to get through the Ox. Get rid of it.
Dante will get rid of it.
Dante will try to get rid of it.
Dante has lots of dice.
Can I do a command roll to try to boost?
Dante can have more dice. More dice for Dante, please. Ken has?
What you get, Ted?
That is 4. I don't know if the camera will show it, but I am very happy with that roll.
Nice.
Nice.
Real nice. Real nice. Yeah, I'll give you a +2. That was an exceptional command roll.
Hold please while I count my successes. So that's a solid 6.
Give me 2 seconds. I wasn't expecting you to attack this. I don't think they were expecting you to attack this, so let me see if I can get its armor rating. No, it's not a spaceship, for fuck's sake.
Why not? Just for funsies.
Well, if it was a spaceship, it would have more armor rating than an APC.
Well, I mean, you know, anything can be a spaceship if you give it enough propellant.
Yeah, if you put enough rocket fuel on it, anything can fly.
Dante has apparently put some propellant into it, so it could be a spaceship.
They don't really give armor ratings for these things in here. It wasn't just me, they really just don't. Yeah, so in that case, for the sake of it, and with the roll that you made, you blow it the hell up. One well-placed shot, and it is a goner. Gone, gone, gone.
Kaboom.
Oh, boom. It is got rid. The wreckage is there. The tank can push it out of the way.
Silva gives Dante an approving nod and then looks back at the Marines in the tank. It's gone. In. Out.
And one of them, a private, sticks his head out the top because they're the tank crew, and they're like, in or out, sir?
In the damn tank, we're out of here.
These poor kids.
And you guys climb on top of the tank, and it starts rumbling through. You guys will have to get off as it shoves the burning ox out of the way, and then you can get back on it. So it's you guys, the Fey unit, and the other two NPCs inside, plus Wright, all hanging on the top of this. And Hammer, Hammer, he's like sitting on the big gun, legs dangling off either side of it. And he pats the big cannon on the front of him. He goes, "Always wanted one just like this."
Hey, Hammer, if you want to have
Yeah.
any kids, I wouldn't be sitting there when they fire that thing.
Dante always said I should never breed.
Yeah, stay up on that gum, Hammer. Live your best life.
Dante was right. Enjoy having a big dick for once.
Ow!
Hammer's just like, that's harsh, man. That's harsh. That's harsh. That is harsh. Okay. You come up to a corner, and as the tank starts to go around, Hammer is the farthest forward. He smacks the window and tells them to stop. Which the tank does stop.
What's
and
going
he's
on?
looking around the corner, and he pulls his pulse rifle, and he kind of monkey bar slides down the gun and hits the ground, and he starts moving forward very, very quietly. He's not answered you. He's not said a word. He's moving very quietly, and he's targeting like so. What do you all do? And he's moving up to the edge of the building.
Who's our next stealthiest person?
I'll follow. God, stealth. What would that be under? Just mobility,
Yeah, I would say mobility.
and I'll go after him.
No, it is mobility. I don't even know why I said it is mobility. It is straight mobility. Yeah, I'd say that. Yeah, it's your mobility versus their observation.
Nice. That is 2 for me.
Can Dante also follow?
Sure.
Silva is still concussed and staying on the tank, gun ready.
Yeah, your concussion will last a full day. I did
got
roll for
one.
that. Okay, you Hammer and Mason sneak up to the edge. You see 3 UPP soldiers with 7 civilians lined up against the wall, and another 3 UPP soldiers lounging against another ox, and it looks like they're going to execute those civilians. Which is why Hammer didn't say anything. He was trying to not draw attention, like, by shouting. For once, the dumb bastard did something smart.
I'm gonna try to relay through maybe gesture or something. 6 enemy combatants ahead. About to kill civilians.
Anything that Chaplain and Dante want to do before we kick off a round of initiative, here, I am going to let those forward do whatever they want to do first, but...
God damn it. I succeeded in my empathy roll.
Oops.
He got a hot.
Oops.
So, is there anybody manning that mule?
The Ox?
Or the ox, sorry.
The Ox is just a UPP APC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that is the 6 of them that would be inside of it, but right now they're outside of it looking to Hammer, where the fuck did you go? To take care of these civilians. So no, there's nobody in it at the moment. Oh, there's Hammer.
I mean, Captain, I could try and sneak on board that and lock him out of it.
You will have to cross the open square
Oh, there's okay.
to get
Never
to
mind.
it.
Yeah.
6 of them, more than 6 of us. Everyone pick a target. Make sure each target has at least one person. Ambush. Take them out. Give the UPP APC to the civilians and get the hell out of here. All quietly muttered into the comms.
Okay, dokie. So everybody roll an initiative so I know what order you all go in.
God dang it.
I
Nine.
got
First
out
Silva?
of 2 for once.
Mm-hmm.
I'm lucky number 7.
Lucky number 9.
Mason.
I rolled a 1.
Nice.
Nice.
Finally.
Excellent. All right, Mason, you will be up first.
How close is the group lounging? Or, okay, so we have 3. They're probably pretty close to the civilians, taking aim on them, right?
Yes.
And then we
The
have
other 3. You have one that's 2 of them that like the APC door is open. One of them is sitting on the sideboard, just kind of legs stretched out. Another one's leaning against it, and another one's standing facing those 2, smoking a cigarette. And they're about 25 to 30 feet away from the other 3 who are getting ready to kill the civilians.
Okay, really quick. I'm looking to see, I know. I'm just going back. I wanted to see what my special ability was. Nope, can't use it in this situation. Alright, so. I don't want to do this, but I'm going to have to. I am going to go probably full auto on the 3 that are taking aim at the civilians, if I can do it in such a way that I'm not hitting the civilians too.
Ooh,
Like, would that be a cross?
auto.
Would that be a cross shot or no?
Let me double check. Let me double check, because there's not a lot of aiming that goes on in full auto.
Yeah, but it's like if they are just beyond my target, that would be one thing. But if they're, if I can shoot this way and hit them, and the civilians are over here, if they were not necessarily just directly behind what I'm shooting at.
The way you're approaching from the corner, let me use this as a guide. If you're up on the corner, like peeking around this corner, their APC is here. They are here. The civilians are lined up against the wall.
Okay,
here.
then
So
I
if you
cannot
fire
do
from
auto
here,
fire.
Yeah, that runs the risk of you shooting them as well.
Is there a door open on the APC?
Yeah, one of them. The door is open on the side of it. One of them sat down on that kind of little step down to the ground. Another one is leaning against the APC, and the third one is standing in front of them smoking a cigarette, and they're just bullshitting.
Shit, don't hate me, Captain. I'm just going to shoot a grenade launcher directly into that doorway.
You got it.
That was going to be my plan. I don't hate you.
All right, so ranged. There we go. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, with that 1 extra and a stress dice. Let's roll it. And that is going to be 4 hits. So that is 3 damage passed again, which is a nice little 12.
Yeah, that whole APC is gonna go kaboom.
That's my job. Y'all next.
2, 3.
That's Silva.
Okay, hold 1 second. I need to send a message back to...
Shenanigans are going on.
Mysteries, mysteries.
This message brought to you by the Colonial Marines. Join today.
Alright, I forgot we had a commercial break. Ba 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 ba. Don't join the Marines. They put aliens in your chest. It sucks. It's rude.
Silva, what are you doing in 3?
Are the 3 over by the ox dead?
Yes. Them and the ox is fucked.
Then shooting the ones by the civilian. I'm just going to target one of them and hope the others behind me hit the other 2. That is 2 successes, 0 panic.
Excellent.
That'll be 2 plus 2 is 4 damage.
Yep, your target goes down. No successes on their armor roll. 4, 5, 6, 7.
Me!
Okie dokie.
Dante appears to fire wide, shooting her grenade launcher up at the top of the building.
Go ahead and roll. You will only get one of the 2.
Still too many dice. That's 5.
Plus the 9 from the grenade.
The dice like the grenade launcher. I just need to use the grenade launcher to solve all of my problems. I've learned dice, I promise.
Does solve most problems.
It's a hit. Not fully successful, if you catch my meaning. Flynn, when do you go?
9.
Okay, go ahead.
So, do I? Not good. See, the other AI was better. I could do things. How far away am I? Close enough to get into melee? Am I close enough to get into fighting distance with one of the insurgents?
You, in fact, are.
Okay.
You are very
going-
fast. I will allow you to
Yeah.
cross that distance.
Okay.
And because of what the other synth did to you, your behavioral chip is burnt. You
Right.
can kill these guys.
Okay. Okay. As I'm running up to it, I pull out my cutting torch, and I'm gonna use the cutting torch on one of the insurgents.
Nice.
That's 2 successes. So then, do I get to do stunts?
You may, because yeah, go ahead. They're going to take whatever the full damage is of whatever you're doing, because they got 0 successes on their armor rating.
Then I am just going to... I'll just drop that into another point of damage, so that's 4 points of damage. Most horrifyingly, I run that cutting torch across their face.
Right across, just right in the eyes. He drops his pulse rifle, and he's like grabbing his eyes. It's like hanging from him, the strap over it, but he's we're going to go into a new initiative round, and in Alien, generally speaking, for the viewers at home, you keep the same initiative round every time. The only reason I had them give it to me for this round, which was their ambush round, is so I knew when they went, because certain things needed to happen for me. Now they're in actual combat. And Erin is free to give away the information I gave her if she so chooses.
Captain, 2 bugs are coming down the building, right where I shot.
Oh, no.
Good.
So we are re-rolling them for initiative?
Yes. Yeah, this is
Cool.
actual initiative. Like I said, I had you guys roll the first time just so I know who went in what
Right.
order.
I got 1.
7.
Nice.
Ted's got
I
a
am
7.
also a
You've
7.
got a 2. Whew. Go ahead.
Can I argue we have Hammer and Ionia and Wright for this, since they're all sitting on top of the tank with us?
No, they're there. They'll be able to do what they need to do. Hammer didn't get a chance to go. He went in 8. He also saw the bugs, but she fired up to the top, which ruined his. That explosion happened simultaneously, kind of ruined the ambush aspect of what he was trying to do. But he is in a full initiative. Would Aaron kindly roll me an initiative die for Hammer this time, so that way, as your buddy, we know when he goes, because the aliens get 2 each. So
He did better than me. He got it too.
nice, excellent. Okay, for the first time ever in the course of this actual play, my players, 2 of them, will go before the bugs.
Amazingly.
1.
Right here.
1. Now, you were not close enough to hear her say that to Silva. You're still engaged with this insurgent.
Right. Then the one I hit, he's not down yet, right? He's
No, he's still alive.
okay.
He is hurt, but he is blind. I didn't even roll in the critical injury table. He is blind. You
All
just
right,
cut
so-
the part across the face.
Since he's pretty much incapacitated, I'm gonna go to the next one
Okay,
and
fair.
do the same thing. Ooh, 2 successes. So the same thing, 4 points of damage.
Again, let me roll his armor rating. I wish you could see this shit show in my dice tray, which is not a single 6 on there. None, if you can see it. Not a single 6. So, again, if you're going for the same thing, he is also blinded. 2.
That'd be me. All right, so we've got how many insurgents left, and we got 2 bugs coming into view. Do I know about the bugs?
Give me a quick observation roll, because you were next to Dante. Silva, she would have had to speak into the comms, and she fired the explosion. Just a really quick one. Just one simple success. If you get 1 success, then you heard what
Got
she
it.
said.
Got 1.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you now know about the bugs. The 2 insurgents are now both blind. He's burned their eyes out with that cutting torch. Popped them like grapes.
Not killing them though.
Oh man. Okay,
They're
so they're blind. I can't. I'm not going to risk an empathy roll on them, so I'm going to go ahead and shoot the bugs.
And the bugs are not side by side. There's one on one part of the building, one on the other. So when the grenade went off, it hit one, but it did not hit the other.
Yep. I had figured. So I'm going to go ahead and shoot one of them.
The slightly smoky one or the non-smoky one?
Non-smoky. I think we need to share the love. So that is going to be 4 successes and a nice little face hugger.
Give me your panic. Uh-oh.
Thinking that is okay. So I have 2. I lose 2. I rolled a 6. Therefore, I have a 6, and I have panicked.
No, you're not. It's 1 to 6 is keeping it together. You would have to get a 7 to get an actual result. Somehow,
Right
you
on the
keep it
ledge.
together. Right, literally
Math.
at the precipice of madness there. So as it
my-
goes. So you aim upward, and just as you take aim, you see it just look back at you, and it doesn't actually look at you, but it sends that chill down your spine, and you pull the trigger, and now there are fully aliens on the board, and those that have seen the bugs will take the stress of their appearance.
Yay! Best part of the game is the stress, guys. Promise you.
It really truly is. It really truly is.
I wouldn't
it
know
is.
it.
Really and truly. In 3, it's the Xeno's turn.
Ruh-roh.
It's the Xeno's turn. Oh wait, hold on, back up. We got so excited about John's panic, we forgot the damage that you did to it.
Oh, it would have been 2 plus the 4, so that would have been 6 points of damage.
Okay, let me give him his Ooh, that's much better. Okay. Alright, I've got that clock
For
in my
you,
head.
better.
And also, Hammer had 2 initiatives. Does he get to go?
Oh, yes, he does. Old Hammer, where are you at, Chip Milestone?
Stop.
God,
Hammer.
he has
Dun,
a
dun, dun,
lot.
dun.
He has a lot of
Nada,
dude.
can't touch.
He has 9 ranged combat
Good lord.
type. And not a single success.
Hammer, my man!
Can we have Hammer push
Dude.
that?
Yeah, sure. Since he's an
Oh.
NPC, he will take a point of stress. Let me get him a stress die out. And oh, he's got to have 2 stress dice. I'm sorry. Push that roll.
Waiting for that moment.
He again has not a single success, but he did roll a facehugger.
It's the best. It's the
Regret
best.
Bringing this up.
Wait. I lied. It was underneath the little ledge on my thing. He does have 1 success, so he will
Woo!
actually hit it. But he also gets that D6 plus his.
Hot
he's fine.
damn,
He's fine.
Hammer.
He's fine. He's fine. Damage on that. He's gonna be using his smart gun. Bonus on that is.
Hammer's our
Damage.
Michelle Rodriguez. He's got the minigun.
I don't know what I was rolling for. We don't roll damage in this game, so that's 3. But he didn't get any extra, so he does 3. Let me roll the aliens. All. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And it got 4 successes, so it does negate the damage that he did to it. Just kind of like skims off the edge of it. He hit it, but it just ducked just that little bit. It just skimmed off the edge. Didn't really do a lot of damage to it, unfortunately. So that was 2, 3, 4, 5.
It was the Xeno's turn.
Yes. Oh no, you're right. 3. That's where we were going with that. 3 was the Xeno's turn, which I hadn't read. Thank you for reminding me, Ted. What a good guy.
Narc.
Thanks, Ted. We're all gonna die now.
Hi.
This is
Um,
the time that we die.
The smoky one launches itself off the building, and what is it going to do? Oh, fucking get it. Yes. Hits the ground, grabs a hold of one of the blind insurgents right beside you, Chaplain, and you see its face in this insurgent's face, and then that second set of jaws just punches all the way through its head out the back and drops it on the ground. The second the second Xeno, the one that Mason shot, disappears back up over the building. Four. 5. The Xeno goes again. Grabs said dude and the other dude and chucks him off to the side. He hits the side of the APZ, and for the damage you've already done to him, he lands neck first. You hear his neck give a sickening crunch, and then it starts moving because it didn't move before. It is now moving towards the 3 individuals at the corner of the building. It just ignores the shit out of you. You are inconsequential to it. 6. 7.
7.
Okay, it's also right, but I'll let you go first.
Sorry. If I fire my grenade launcher at the alien where it is right now, I'm gonna hurt other people, right?
probably Chaplain.
Dante is steadying herself and not hurting Chaplain. So it's looking like the pulse rifle then? Or can I use the M5 launcher?
That's your rocket launcher.
That's the rocket launcher, right? Okay, yeah, pulse rifle.
That will hurt the alien, but it will hurt Chaplain as well, only more than the grenade launcher, if possible.
Dante is pacing herself. She will just shoot the alien. That's 3 successes.
Alrighty. What are you doing with that? 2, 3.
Shooty McShooty shoot, and looking up what Shooty McShooty shoot do. I'm sorry, remind me how stunts work again.
Your stunts listed on your sheet under your ranged combat.
Yes.
For that, you can either add a point of damage, you can push it back, / pin it down, which means for a human enemy, it's basically like suppressing fire. They can't advance on you because you're shooting at them. I think there's another option in there that does not apply to the Xenos as well, disarming them.
Yeah.
So your real options with the Xeno is more damage or pushing it back away from you.
So we'll do more
Can you make a
damage.
panic roll.
Say again?
Right.
Another option is force the target to have a panic roll.
Right, but
You
these
scared
Xenos
the
don't
Xeno?
have panic. Yeah, no, Xenos don't have panic, unfortunately.
So I'm gonna do more damage. More damage, more ouchie, please.
Mhm. So what does that bring you on your total on damage?
+1 to damage, so damage ends up being only a paltry 4.
Yeah, it rolled a 5 on its armor rating, so your bullets hit it, and it just dodges around and kind of slides to the other side and just keeps coming forward.
Really should have used that rocket launcher.
Has Silva gone yet? Oh no, Right goes. Hold on, please.
Silva's
Oh,
also
please.
a 7, but I'll let Right go first.
That's a success, which is all she needs with the... Oh yeah, she's got that scoped rifle. And then there... She does hit it off one of the tubes on its back, takes a big chunk off of it, but it does keep coming. Go ahead there, Silva.
Silva's going to do 2 actions. Because I have Field Commander, I'm going to give a command as a fast action, and then followed up by shooting at the Xeno. The command is yelling at the civilians, run, yelling at the others, get back to the tank.
Okay. I'll tell you what, you can just use the Marines. You're not going to have to tell these civilians after what hit the ground to run. They're already taken off. We'll just make that easier for you. They're like, fuck this shit, I'm out.
Well, getting back to the tank, they have a +2 bonus, but I did roll a panic. I got a 3. So I'm holding it together.
You are holding it together.
That's 4 successes, but another panic. Which is a 7.
Ooh.
I think I'm getting a little twitchy.
Okay. All of friendly NPCs that are close to Silva, which I don't think Mason and Dante are, which is good for them, and Chaplain certainly is not. Their stress level would increase, but they're not close to you. But your
The only
stress
close to
level
me is
does.
Ionia.
Yeah, but right now they're not PCs, so they are immune until they are. But your stress level does increase again. You do start twitching. It doesn't stop you from taking action. It doesn't affect your shot. 2, 4, 6, 8.
I'm going to take 5 damage and 1 pushback to push the alien away from I think Hammer and Dante are the next closest.
Hammer, Dante, and Mason are the next closest to it.
In that case, I will take 4 damage and 2 pushback.
You got it. You push it back against the wall because it can't go back any further than that. And it's still coming. You see another piece of one of those fluted horns fly off. It's still coming. Is anyone not gone? Mason, have you gone?
I went second.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. So that would be new initiative order. Well, it's same order, new round. That's Chaplain first.
Yep. So, no more insurgents, correct?
Correct.
I guess I'm going to... We're trying to get back to the tank based on Sylvan's orders. I'm going to see if I can scare off the Xenomorph using that cutting torch, and I'll take a swing at it as I run towards the tank and up on it. Do I get a +2 on this one? Because of your order, or...
So I don't know if everyone gets a +2 or if it's one person gets a +2, but I did give a +2 to someone.
Yeah, if you guys are happy with Sean taking it, I'm happy with that.
Ooh, it's 3 6s. So, let's see, normal damage is 3, so I can pump 2 of that into damage from those extra dice.
Yes, you may.
So that'll be 5 damage.
Okay.
Just running up on it and just like cutting. It worked for the other guys. I'm gonna cut where I know its mouth is.
You come across it. It does try to back further away from you, which pushes it up the wall a little ways. But all you do is manage to scar across the front of its head. It rolled a 4 on its armor, so it only took 1 level of damage. This fucker, for some reason, has proven to be very, very tough, this particular dude.
It definitely is. And then if I can, I'm just going to yell at everybody else, just get back to the tank.
There's nobody close to you. You're the farthest from the tank. They're at the corner of the building, probably about 20 feet from it. Or so.
Everybody. Oh, well.
The tank driver is moving the tank forward slightly, so that to kind of start angling it in case you want to go. But with Chaplain back there, it's not firing any of the tank's weapons. It hasn't even turned the gun in that direction, so it's not trying to blow up the one medic that you have.
So I thought they were close to everybody else. That's why I was trying to distract it.
Yeah, let me try that again. Okay, so they're at the corner of the building here, or the corner of this square, or this rectangle. The tank is over here. They're taking cover at the corner of the building. The tank is now moving this way. The ox is over this way. You and the alien are down over here in this area. Where they were executing you are over here. This is where they were executing the civilians. It got shoved up and now it's going back up the wall, but you are right about here in the middle of the square. So everybody else is back in that general area, and the tank is slowly, in 10, was moving forward. So it's no longer at the edge of the building. It has now moved forward in an effort that whenever the captain wants to try and get out of there, the driver is going to try and get the tank out of there. Admittedly, tanks don't move particularly fast. Certainly not as fast as Xenos, but, at least most of you'd be inside something that was protected, according to the driver's line of thinking. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yes. That's okay. So I'm still holding it back from everybody. Cool. Works.
Excellent. 2.
That'd be me. And while I'm stepping back, I am going to go ahead and try and shoot that alien one more time.
Are you stepping in the direction the tank is going?
I'm stepping back toward... Well, is the tank coming with us at this point towards it? Because if so, yes.
So the tank is now moving...
Uh-oh.
To step with the tank, you'd have to move with the tank this way, because then it's going to turn.
Alright. Then, yes. So...
Did I need to repeat that? Because I saw everybody go frozen for a second, so it was probably mine.
You also froze.
Okay. So again, the tank is moving kind of this way. You guys are at this corner. If you want to move with it, you can just step back against the tank and move with it this way as it's trying to come around the corner.
I'll move with it then, but yeah, I'm just trying to... I'm trying to get a beat on that alien, and I just am like, why don't you just die?
Yeah, you've got a good line of sight. You can shoot it.
All right, here we go. All
No
right.
civilians to worry about this time.
Sorry, guys. I'm gonna push it.
Which increases your stress.
Oh yes. There we go. So that is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. With a face hugger, but that's still 5 successes. With a base damage of the weapon of 2.
Okay. Give me your damage, take 1 off. It only rolled 1 success on its armor rating, and then you can do your panic roll.
Cool. So if that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, with 1 off is 4, and the damage of the weapon is 2, so that makes it 6, I believe.
Yes, 6.
And 3 plus 4 is 7, but minus 2 because I am, whatever it is. That makes me 5, so I'm still good. Yeah,
so you're
nerves of
still
steel.
hanging on. Still hanging on. So, with that damage total, finally somebody cracked its armor. How do you want to do this, John?
Nice.
As it is backing up the wall away from Mason, I aim near the base of its skull, which is now closer to the ground, and I just unload into its skull. Kind of crumples forward, hitting the ground, and like falls into a hole that it makes in the ground right there. You know, from the acid dripping out of its body.
Did Rev freeze again?
I think she.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine.
no!
I'm
There
back.
you go.
There we go.
I'm back. I'm back. I'm
Did
back.
you hear what I
I
said?
was like,
Your
oh,
mouth
she
was
was
just
really
moving
shocked
and-
by that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like
You aim towards the base of its skull, you unload, it rolled forward, and then after that it froze.
Yeah, it basically rolled into, the acid created a pit in front of it, and this kind of crumpled into that pit and just, sunk away.
And Chaplin is far enough away that its tail and legs whipping around as it's dying don't come anywhere close to you. 3. Nobody? Dante. From behind you, you feel the tail of this creature start rubbing up against your body as it leans over top of you, gently moving you out of the way as it goes for Hammer.
oh yeah, 'cause you're mommy.
No!
Hold, please.
No! I don't like it.
Oh yeah, you're really not gonna like this.
Oh
No!
It leans.
No.
It leans towards Hammer, and it's right behind him. And before you can cry out, because it's cradling you in one arm as it moves you out of the way, its second set of jaws punch straight through the back of his head and retract backwards.
Oh no, Hammer!
4. You guys forgot the one on the top of the building. 5. The next closest person is going to be poor Silva.
Nope. Next closest person is going to be right.
Oh yeah, it is right. Yeah, you are correct.
I didn't want to.
Killed off all of our backups!
No, not actually. Oh, there we go. Assessing the threat. It actually on this one is just staring at it, but everyone gets an increased stress level because it just starts hissing at her.
It senses the dead baby.
Ooh.
So, 6, 7.
I don't even know what to do?
Is it still holding Dante?
Yeah, am I still cradled in the loving arms of a xenomorph?
Well, it just kind of put its arm around you and kind of
Okay.
slid you out of the way. It is still kind of touching you, but it's not aggressive towards you. Now, for the audience at home, as Erin makes up her mind, and I'm not trying to influence her as a player at all. I want my players to do whatever they want. Xenomorphs generally will not kill a host, or they don't pay any attention to synths. They don't kill the hosts because the host is, well, has an alien life form in it, and they will protect their young with everything they have. Any action that you take against that xenomorph at that point, if you are an infected individual, will determine how it reacts to you after that. It would prefer not to kill her, but it won't not kill her because there are other hosts in the world. So it's entirely up to Dante what she does. And again, Erin, I'm not trying to influence you. I'm just letting the audience who's not played how that works.
The info is very useful to me in that I'm gonna hold until Silva goes and still try to figure out what the fuck I'm gonna do.
Okay, you can certainly hang on to your initiative and let Silva go next. Right now, Silva is still on the tank. Is he not? So
Yes,
Silva is moving with the tank, as is Mason. So right now they don't see it. And Hammer never screamed. It didn't kill him loudly. It killed him very quietly.
Well, I assumed that Hammer and Dante and Wright were in between the tank and the ambusher, or the execution squad.
They had not yet moved. They had not yet... Because you gave the order towards the end of the last round, they hadn't gone yet to move. But they would have been moving. They would have been moving this round. But if you give me an observation roll, I will give you a chance to see it. Like the motion out of the corner of your eye.
I'm going to give another free bonus to someone and just give the command of get your asses back to the tank. That is
dice.
One success with a panic. Panic is an 8. And then my second thing is I'm just going to set up Overwatch. So anything approaching the tank gets shot from the...
You are now trembling uncontrollably again. All of your skill rolls will suffer a -2 modification until that panic stops. Yeah, I will allow the Overwatch. You can hold yourself still. The tank is moving. You are not physically moving yourself. Did you make that observation roll? Make it without the -2, because this would have been before the roll that triggered the panic.
Two in a panic.
Don't worry about that panic roll. Yeah, don't worry about that panic. Yeah, so you caught the motion of Hammer's body falling forward, which drew your eye as you started to issue the command for everyone. It's a Rue Bear! You started to issue the command for everyone to move back. You do now see the Xeno standing with one hand almost lovingly on Dante's back. And Dante with a look on her face like she's about to shit bricks.
Nope, I'm going to keep the Overwatch, and if that Xeno approaches the tank, it's getting shot.
Oh home. Dante, so you held your initiative until Silva went.
So Dante
is floating.
Just saw another friend die in front of her, which is great for her. But she seems to understand that she's not gonna get killed by this thing and just start to walk away from it.
Yeah, it lets you. Doesn't stop you. You're not shooting at it, so it doesn't do anything. It lets you walk away.
So, how heavy is Hammer?
Oh, you could probably drag him.
Dante's going to take his hand and take him back to the tank.
And the alien is kind of resting on its haunches, and it kind of cocks its head to one side and to the other, as if it's trying to figure out if you're eating it or not.
No cravings.
Dante is gonna lean over to the comms and say, "Shoot that fucking thing."
Right goes at the same time, doesn't she, that you do? Yeah, she'll just grab the other arm and keep kind of you between. She's seeing this and she's keeping you between her and it.
Yup.
At this point. And she's like, one hand on him and his comms, she's like, bug, 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 bug. Almost into your ear. 8. Is there anybody that goes after them in 7? No, because you all went earlier. So that will bring up a new initiative order. Chaplain.
Was I able to see that the xenomorph didn't do anything to Dante? I would assume so where I'm at.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you literally just watched it almost as she backed away from it, just run its claws gently across her.
Okay, I'm going to... Since it's not bothering them, I am going to run up and help with Hammer, just because I've probably got more strength. I can pull him a little faster than they're doing it, just to clear that area, so maybe we can get a clean shot off with the tank.
Oh, you can pick him up.
Yeah, I'll run over there and pick him up and like, come on, let's go. Over to the tank.
Who? Mason.
Yep. I am like, hey, shit ass, and then I shoot the thing.
Mason, get your ass over here.
I am, but I'm still gonna shoot
Mason.
it.
Yeah,
But
Mason
also
is
shoot the
walking with
thing.
the tank. Yeah, Mason is also walking with the tank.
Yeah.
Okay, well let's see what happens to me. So that is gonna be 4 successes.
Mm-hmm.
So again, that'll depending on the armor that you roll and everything.
John, do you want to take the floating one since no one else has claimed it?
Sure. What is this floating one, if I may ask?
It's just a +1 bonus for my command roll in the previous round.
Okay. So I get to roll 1 more dice.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see what happens then.
And Rev, according to the book, it is only one person gets the bonus.
Yeah, I know.
All right, so 4 successes on the attack, and base damage to the weapon is 2. How much armor did it roll?
2.
All right, so that means only 4 damage total.
For the second time, John, how do you want to do this? Because that's the one that got hit by the grenade launcher.
All right. I level my gun, and from, right at this base of the neck where it goes into the head, shoot right there. Really
Gotcha.
well-timed shot.
It falls to the ground, and unlike the others, at lashing around in agony, it just almost reaches out for Dante, almost in a cry for help,
No!
and then falls limp to the ground.
That's the noise it made.
Yeah. No! Mama Dante, no!
Now for fun, I did roll a panic. I have a lot of dice now.
Oh my
Oh
god.
no.
So I have, technically right this moment, I have 4 panic dice.
Mm-hmm.
I think something's about to happen. I rolled a 6.
Ooh,
So that is a 10 minus 2 is a 8.
8. Again, just like Silva, you start trembling uncontrollably, and all of your ability rolls will suffer a -2 modification until your panic stops.
Yeah, Mason is going to find some place to hole up on the tank and stroke his little army
I
figure.
beg your pardon?
Yes, I've got my little army figure out and I'm stroking it. And that's not a euphemism, I promise.
Gotta stroke that army figure.
Gotta stroke your little man.
Gotta give that little man love.
Get that little man love.
It's not getting any better.
Alrighty.
I didn't make this character, it's not my fault.
I lied. Hammer never had a tiny penis.
Well, that's something we all know now.
Because Dante, Hammer was also my buddy.
Ah, my buddy!
You three had an interesting relationship.
I will, even though I'm shaking, I will need to. Hammer and did someone else go down? Just Hammer?
Yep, just hammer.
Just
Okay.
hammer. Just hammer.
Yeah, as long as we've got him secure, we're not leaving anyone behind.
No, he's up on the tank.
Lucky.
No, it only glared at right and hissed at her because I rolled the whatever it is, the number 1 for this particular Xeno, which is assess situation basically, and it just hisses at whoever's closest. The amount of explosions and drop ships in the air has slowly but surely come to a petering out. There have been ships falling out of the sky over here, over there, explosions, air-to-air combat. You're hearing guns blaring from Fort Nebraska, taking out the UPP ships, and then everything starts to fall silent, and you guys, you're getting closer to getting back to the base, but it's slowly, you feel like this is all starting to peter out. You're not really sure. The ground fighting, certainly, and a lot of the ships are, the UPP drop ships are starting to hang back, and you see the mammoth shadow of a ship. You can't even quite see the exact shape of it. It comes to a stop over the colony about 4 kilometers away from your position. You guys have managed on your trip to find another APC to get yourselves holed up into. And on your scanners, you see this ship. Often kind of the distance, the direction you're coming around, you're skirting around the edge of the fighting, trying to get back. You've got the Phase 2 unit now in with you, blah, blah, blah. And this ship starts to come over, and you just see this shit falling out of the back of it. It's like this dark cloud of stuff just falling out and just sweeping across the colony and down over as it pulls back. And that is where we're gonna end it for tonight.
Oh.
As this biological weapon is unleashed across the colony of Ariarchus. That will also take us into Act 3 for next week. So I will make sure to get the Act 3 agendas out to you. You guys did almost every optional thing in Act 2, except the ones that didn't have much to do with the way you guys did things. You guys have done exceptionally well on your agendas and the things that you're supposed to be doing. I'm quite pleased with the way that's going. I hope you all are enjoying, such as it were.
Yes.
Yeah, because nobody has to be
Absolutely.
mean to me anymore because I'm not mean.
I was gonna say, I don't like being bossy.
Silva doesn't like being bossy. Silva kind of demonstrated that back in the bar. with the Fey unit that she did this out of necessity, but you could 100% feel that she did not like herself very much for doing it. But because both of your Act 1 and Act 2 agendas were fulfilled in a fashion that satisfied me, the game mother, I am going to give all of you 6 experience points, which I'm going to let you spend in the break. And if privately, if you need 1 or 2 more to level up something, I will give it to you to do that, because you guys have all done a very, very, very good job.
Thanks, Game Mom.
Yeah, good kids. Because you're being
Red.
because you're being such a good mommy to the baby.
Literally the worst. I hate it. It's the worst. It's great. Thank you. No, stop, please. It's good. No.
Hey, I'm not. I didn't. I'm not the one who chose the character that came into this infected. That was you.
It was me. I
Man,
did this.
That's going to be the worst gender reveal party ever.
Oh, good gracious, no.
Oh
I don't
my
know. Sounds
god.
pretty typical. Yeah.
Yeah, some explosion and somebody gets hurt or dies. Yeah,
Hey,
that sounds
fair.
about right. That sounds about right. Yeah, John, any announcements for the channel?
Really quick. So, Rue and I will be headed to Catacon, which is the game convention that is hosted by the RPG Academy. This weekend, we will be there. We will be the entry booth. And
Nice.
we are doing our kickoff of the Kickstarter for Gutter Punk from a Catacon. So be sure to watch for that. And if you are there, I'm going to be running demos and giving out information and everything. So circle by the booth and come see me. And I'll be happy to chat it up for you. And then we will be back next week, I believe. We have Post-Apocalyptic Jukebox coming back, and then we'll see what else we got going on.
Coming up, that'll be starting. It'll be the kickoff.
Yep.
Good times,
Very
good times.
cool.
And of course, we will be back next Wednesday with the 3rd act of Destroyer of Worlds. And just let the audience know, for those who may not, that Alien is going to be extending out for another 3 to 4 episodes, because we're going to go from Destroyer of Worlds and then into Heart of Darkness. So my players are all staying on board with me and will be taking on the role of scientists for what I can't tell you yet.
Researchy stuff.
So please feel free to come back. Please come back and join us for that. Ted, any announcements from you?
No, I'll be there for Post-Apocalyptic Jukebox. May the atomic gods help us. And I'll be here for the next finale to Heart of Darkness. Or not Heart of Darkness, it's Destroyer of Worlds.
I know, I keep doing it too. I keep wanting to call it Heart, but we're not in Heart yet. Aaron, any announcements from you?
I'm gonna need a lab coat. I didn't know I was gonna be a scientist in the next one.
Sean, any announcements from you?
I do have one. These candy
no.
cigarettes are so bad.
They are bad. They are super bad. They're super bad.
If I remember right, I'm usually on Illuminated page on Sundays, but I believe we're off for the next 2 Sundays. So catch us when we come back. We're going to be wrapping up our first season there, and otherwise I'll be here with Alien Shenanigans.
I know, audience. I'm sorry. I keep trying to kill these 4, and I keep trying. Look, I'm throwing extra Xenos at them, and they're still alive.
Grenade launcher.
Much to my chagrin, I don't know how to feel about this.
Poor Hammer.
Hammer! Everyone pour one out for Hammer.
Well, technically, John's rubbing. Never mind. I'm going to stop right there. But that'll be it for us, and we will see you next week. Bye now.
Night, everyone.